All right. Yep.
All right, I want to welcome everybody to the family tree. Put your hands together, family. Come on, come on, come on. How you doing? How you doing? How's everybody doing?
Everybody
looking good, locked and loaded. We're going to go in and talk about some good stuff today. Lots going on in the world, as usual. Whoa, what is going on with the sun?
Man,
man. The sun is kicking off. And the UV levels are
off the chart. Yeah, man.
Do I wear sunscreen or not? That's the question. Oh, yeah. Rufus saying no way. Rufus saying no way.
That never was an issue for us.
Well,
we got some good stuff.
Another world now, girlfriend.
All right.
I'm telling you.
All right, Big B. So we're gonna bring it on down.
Yeah, buddy. Man, look at that's such a smooth DJ. I can't stand you, boy. When I grow up.
Yeah, we're gonna get this together, y'all. All right.
Yes,
All right,
man.
everybody should be in.
Yes, sir.
Everybody
Everyone's
there?
in. Yes, sir.
All right. Come on in. And I want to welcome everyone to the family tree. This is the place where we say the Wednesday hookup with the family. How about that?
Buddy. Yes, sir.
And with that, we call it the family tree. If you're joining for the very first time, this is the place where we call it the family tree because it's the ancient laurel customs of gathering around the tree that we did customary. That was part of our culture. Got it? When we got around the tree, that was your real social security. Hey, everybody say it. Social. You got to say it slow. Social security. Because guess what? It wasn't a check. It was your family. That means that whatever problem, any situation you had going on, guess what? It was around that tree. We gathered around. We talked about networking. We talked about improvement. We talked about, getting ourselves in order. But also it was a place of prayer and getting ourselves with each other, and we say communing with each other. So with that, we say, guess what? Your problem may be right around this solution, and guess what? Sometimes it's right in this tree. So with that, we say join us. If you want to join the conversation, go down to the very bottom there. You may see the chat box down there, or it says reaction. If you want to join the conversation, click that. And with the heart, you can put yourself in queue. And Big B, like up there, put your hand up, Big B, so they can see how you do it.
Put my hand.
Put your hand up, man. Put your hand up. And we would, because we're going to talk about all that is good and all that's holistic and for the family. So put your hand up and we can join the conversation. If you're someone that says, well, I don't want to get in the queue, I don't want to show myself, but I got a question. Well, guess what? You can go down to the chat box, put your question in there, and AKA Fingers, I don't know if she's in here. I haven't seen her yet.
I haven't seen her
yet. I don't know if she's going to be joining us, but we either Prophetess, AKA Fingers, or Big B will get to your question. If you're someone that may be calling by phone, and you might have missed the actual prompt that shows you how to actually log on or raise your hand. No worries. Just let us know that you're calling by phone, and we'll try to get you in. All right? I want to get started, and we always get started, but before I do anything, I want to give our host with the most, Big B, Bill 1L Morgan. Give him a hand, y'all. Give him a hand.
Yeah, buddy.
All right,
yes, sir,
Big
man.
B, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
I'm over here drawing in, brother. What can I tell you? Nice day. It's human did it like a big dog, boy.
I hear you, buddy.
You know what? Other than that, Dr. Paul, I have no complaints. Can you believe that? I have no complaints.
That's right, man.
That is it. Get up.
Yes,
when I say, hey, what's my mantra? Okay, you got the nerve to wake me up. I got the nerve to do what you want me to do.
Yes. That's right. So Big B, we've been following some things on, online, and we were out last week, but some things have been developing around the world, a lot of things going on, but we're keeping our eyes and ears and nose on this thing. What's happening with, people still having colds, man? It's going into the summertime.
Yeah, man.
People are having summer colds. So what is our numbers? What's our latest on our flu numbers? We're staying up to date on that. How about that?
All right, man. You know what? Yeah, we got some crazy. Well, you know what? Let's put it like this. It's not that it's crazy. It's still like it looks like it's kind of like still tearing down for all of our flu and our vaccines and all stuff. Dr. V. Well, for our early indicators, of course, for what we call test positivity, it's still just kind of hanging around that 3.0% area, right? And the range for our emergency department visits, where people having to go in and get things checked out, that's also that's at 0.3%. So that's not so bad. Okay. And of course, our severity indicator for hospitalizations for people for the I guess 100,000 population are over. That's at 0.8%. Okay. And guess what, man? Even for death indicators for this whole thing, it has dropped, man, to 0.3%, Dr. P.
Right.
Brother,
So
I ain't got no complaints at all.
Hey,
man.
we're staying in the mix. We want to keep that number low, and as long as that's low, we know that people are starting to go out now. Of course,
Yeah,
being
buddy.
the summer, we're moving into the summertime. People are going to be more communicable. You're out and
Yeah.
about. You're at restaurants. You're in, concerts.
Yeah,
All those
indeed.
different places. You're going to be hugging. You're going to be shaking hands. You're going to be in stores. So keep that in mind. Jaws and paws. Always be aware of your surroundings. All right. All right, we're going to open up the lines, Big B. We always start off with a time of testimony. We always talk about testimonies. I always want to start off with this because testimonies go a long way. I can tell you that here, when I'm sitting with patients and I have issues when people are being introduced to this new concept of holistic health, they may approach it from a different perspective and they may have heard it for the first time, but you know what? They need encouragement and understand that, hey, if somebody else can do this, I can do this. You remember we talked about, if I fall, let me fall on my back, because if I can look up, I can
I
get
know
up.
those records,
How
buddy.
about all
Yes,
that
sir.
stuff,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
with that, a encouragement goes a long way. So whether it's diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, anything going on, we believe that you have the ability to turn it around. We say feed the body and the body corrects itself. But you know what? Testimony goes a long way. Sometimes you got to hear it. So we open up the lines. This is the first time. If you're here for the very first time, we are opening up for the testimony. It may be something you heard on this platform, or you might have done something. Grandmama used to do this. And guess what? We got well. So a testimony goes a long
Yeah.
way. Or you may have had something this week. Notice that my blood pressure went down.
Yeah,
Guess
man.
what? No
Yeah,
more
man.
inflammation in my knees. You
Look
know
out
what?
now.
My
Look
back
out now.
not hurting this week.
Help
Whatever it
me.
is,
Help me out.
we want to get you along the way because it's usually somebody, whatever they're going in a storm, or coming out of a storm. We want to give you the props and we want to encourage you and wrap our arms around you. So without a doubt, we're going to start opening up the floor. Anyone have a testimony on their heart and mind? The floor is officially open. All right, Big B, who do we have? Anybody.
Yeah, Ruth
I have a
Preston right here.
Oh, there is Ruth. Hey, Ruth.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Good seeing you.
It's good seeing you guys too. But I just want to share two things really quick. Today, first, well, I figured it out, but I got nauseous, dizzy. The room was spinning. I was dehydrated. I got distracted and wasn't, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I drank some water.
Life changes.
Everything went away.
Everything went away. You know what?
Yes.
Let's give Ruth a hand. Everybody, come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. You got to come off mute. You know why? Let me tell you why. I want everybody to come off mute. Come on now. I want everybody to come off mute. Let's give her a hand. And I'm going to tell you why I want to focus on this. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Yeah.
Go.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yes. Now, here's why I'm really focusing on this. Y'all heard me talk about water all the time. But you know what? It's the most overlooked point in health. It's most overlooked because, believe it or not, people are having, they're looking at everything else that's going on. But guess what? It comes back to one simple thing. You're dehydrated. Got it? Your hydration makes everything happen. So not just the water, but it's the right water.
Yes.
So if you're taking all the herbs, some people some people will line up my whole desk bringing bags of herbs in. And then they'll line up the whole thing with herb after herb after herb. Y'all got more herbs than the herb store. But then I'll say, well, what does the water look like? Oh, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. No, you got to make it work, right? Because if you make the water makes everything happen. It's usually overlooked so much that it's so simple. It can't be just the water. They're telling me, my doctor's telling me this, my doctor's telling me that. I'm over here, I'm over there. This test says this test says that. But guess what? It's the water. You gotta get the water right. If I were to tell everyone right now, what is the main thing you master? Master your water.
Water, yes.
If you just look at that, start there first before you even worry about the herbs. Master your water. That means, don't work at it, make it happen. And I'm going to tell you, your life is going to change just by drinking the right water. Got it? So remember, if those listening for the first time, spring water, bottle at the source. Stay away from purified, filtered, reverse osmosis, and distilled waters. Those are the bad waters. Get you a spring water. Make sure it says what? Bottle at the source. Not from the source, because if it say from the source, that could be the spigot. Got it? So it's got to be at the source, which is deep in the earth. Now, why does it say at the source? Because at the source means deep in the earth, untouched by untouched by air. They call those aquifers or geysers. Got it? That's why when we talk about, I tell you, y'all wearing me out with this crystal geyser. Let me tell you, y'all wearing me out with this crystal. I'm trying to tell y'all, don't worry about brands, but y'all just got to find that crystal geyser somewhere. Y'all run up I get texts every day. I found it over here. I found it over there. I found it over here. It's the quest, Big B. It's the quest.
I know. It is, man.
And the search. It's the hunt. Y'all just love to be the hunt, boy. I'll say it ain't gotta be that one. I know. But just I found it here though.
That's right. Right.
So keep it in mind, right? Spring water, what? Bottle at the source. You got it. Not from the source, because they'll say from the source, which means it could be the spigot. Got it? So keep it in mind. All right, so shouts out to Ruth. Thank you, Ruth.
I always read
Dr. Paul.
Yes.
So I would like to veggie back on what Ruth said about the water in reference to I was always needing to go to the chiropractor. And when I got my water right, I no longer needed to have to go to the chiropractor because my muscles relaxed from the bone. It straightened up. Everything happened right.
Wow.
So I appreciate that.
See, go ahead, Jack.
Hallelujah.
See there?
Come on. Let's give him a hand, y'all. That's the shout right there. That's the shout.
See?
And Mike, you came through this week. You and your wife came through this week. They came all the way from Minneapolis. And they saw originally they joined the platform from the Karen Hunter show. So we thank you so much. You applied the principle. You're doing great job. You and your wife are doing an excellent job. So I only can commend you. But you bring up an excellent point. You remember we were talking about, the fact that people are tightening up. I've never seen on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram and everywhere, everyone's tightening up. Everybody's got some kind of hip, stretch going on. And these are young folks in their 20s. Wait a minute. How are you 20 years old and you locking up like you're 60, 70 years old? What's going on? It's because everybody's dehydrated.
Yes.
You got me? I do believe that. I believe that, yes, we have another factor that we're talking about, which is Wi-Fi. I believe Wi-Fi is dehydrating the cells. We're exposed to electromagnetic fields. Yep, that means that in your house, you got your Wi-Fi, but your water, your electric, and your gas is probably being monitored by what? Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. They just changed mine just the other day, man.
Yep. So with that being the case, you're in a cage of Wi-Fi, electromagnetic field. Then you got your big old 65-inch TV walking by. You got your phone. You got all this stuff around you. And what? You're in a cage of electromagnetic field.
Yeah, man.
And what is your cells? Your poor cells are being slammed like this constantly with
mhm.
electromagnetic field. You got it? So with that being the case, you have to refresh them. You have to give them a level of alkalinity, or else you're going to spin in a state of acidosis. And when you're in a state of acidosis, what's your body in? A crisis. And it's going to go
Yes, yes,
into
yes.
a state where it says, well, hey, I'm in a state of acid. I got to put this fire out. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull it from your hip. I'm going to pull it right from your hip. Your
Ouch.
knees, your hip, your joints, your shoulders, your elbow, whatever it's going to be backing up. It's going to start to ache. And that's when you get the throbbing. So keep that in mind. So, yes, people are now drinking more water, and they don't have to go to the chiropractor a lot because it straightens itself out. It's called myofascial releasing. Myo meaning muscle, fascial meaning tissue. Starts to release now the knots because people are knotting up in the back. Their backs are so tight that even when the chiropractor's adjusting them, that's Dr. Lenny. Is Dr. Lenny on yet?
I haven't seen him yet. Doctor,
I think Doc told me
yet?
he couldn't. I think Doc told me he wasn't going to make it tonight.
Yeah.
But they knot up even
That's
when they're
right.
getting adjusted. They're getting
Yeah,
adjusted,
man.
and that thing knots up like this, like a twisted
Right.
ball of yarn. And guess what? You get adjusted, and then guess what? Day or two later, goes right back in, goes right back out of alignment again. Got it?
Yes,
All
yes.
right,
what's
Dr. Lenny.
Yep. So what's happening is a lot to do. And I tell Doc, I said, Doc, make sure you're telling them to drink water, because a lot of people are saying, well, I got adjusted 2 days ago, but now it's hurting again. That's because you're not drinking water. You're not doing
Yes,
your
yes,
job.
yes,
Chiropractor
yes.
does their job, but you got to do your job. Got it? So just like Max was saying, you got to start to now get yourself back into a state of stretching and making sure your water's right. All right? So shout out to y'all. Keep that in mind. All right? All
You
right.
know, Doc, let me say this. Something you said about all these young people. The other part of it that goes on with it is stress.
Yes, absolutely.
Stress. You know, all these young folk with all the stuff that's going on in this world nowadays, people are fighting against each other, and the young folk don't know what to do, and
Yeah.
they're not talking to some of us seniors, so this is kind of all over the place. So if their brains are not working, you and I were just talking about a little earlier just before we went live about how you just can't do stuff. The body, if the body's not rich with the right foods and water and things like that, guess what? It cannot communicate with the rest of our bodies.
And we always talk about the nitrites and the nitrates in the soil,
no doubt.
depleting
Indeed.
of the soils, all those things. So what does it mean? You got to step outside the box. 1947, it said the food doesn't have 47% of its nutrients. Guess what? So that means you got to step outside the box. That's why we need the green drinks. Get your green drink, get your green tester, do all the things we talk about here on the platform. All right?
You know,
All
there's
right.
a question, Dr. P, about the water. Joyce from over on Facebook. Wonder if you can name some other waters besides Crystal Geyser that might
Absolutely. You know, we talk about Eternal is good.
be helpful. Yes.
Eternal. You know, you can find that one at the dollar store, by the way.
Yeah, sure can.
They've been picking that one up lately. I guess Eternal said, hey, if Crystal Geyser got so much success, maybe we should put it in there.
It moves in and it moves out.
And they move out, right. Also, Icelandic Glacier. Okay, Icelandic Glacier. Of course, you got Fiji. You got Avion. Also, you have the Waiakea, which is actually the volcanic waters. In glass, you have Aquapana. And if there's one more, Mountain Valley.
Mountain Valley.
So those are some of the waters. There's a lot more out there. What is the main thing? It's the science, not the brands. Don't get hooked up with brands, because as soon as they realize y'all looking at brands, they're going to alter it, or something's going to get corrupted by it. That's why I say don't get too hooked into Crystal Geyser or any specific brand. Go with the science. Always read the science, and also read what their claim to fame is. I always say that's their claim to fame. What it is, claim to fame, look on the back of the bottle. And what does it say? So what do you claim to do?
Yeah,
or where do you saying this is from? Some of them say bottled from the source. See,
What?
See, Doc, that says bottled from the source. Wait a minute. From the source, that could be the spigot. Not from the source. It's at the source. Got it? So watch it, because they're tricking people up with that. All right?
You know, Rachel has a question to Dr. Moore. You talk about the science part. She said, Dr. Moore, why is it people refer to science in getting vaccinated? I thought the true meaning of science is being out in nature and the stars and planets.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, the
What's that
nature is
really?
the fundamental. Science is based on factual.
Okay.
The science is the fundamental principles that cannot be broken. There's
Okay.
some things that are just fundamentally sound.
Mm-hmm.
And we call those the laws of the universe. Got it? There's
Mm-hmm.
laws, and then there's theories. Theories, we don't go with theories because they ain't necessary. That's man's approach to understanding theory.
Okay.
But guess
Okay.
what? Laws is something different. Let me
Hmm.
prove one to you. There's one law I know everybody ain't gonna be breaking in here. That means if you go to the top of a building, you ain't gonna be jumping off because you can't fly.
Well,
You
Law
got
of
that?
gravity.
hallelujah.
That's one that you will absolutely respect. I
Yeah,
got you
man, that's
that
a
one.
very
You
good
got
job.
it?
Yeah,
So
man.
there's certain laws, the same thing that are happening in our bodies. There's certain levels of, they call it the micro world or the underworld, but really it's talking about the cellular level. But these things are happening inside of us. So we
Mm-hmm.
can't break those rules. And if you break those rules, you pay. Because the
Mm-hmm.
body can only correct itself. So that's the concept. You got to watch who you're talking to and who's talking to you
There you
based
go.
on the philosophical approach from where they're coming. Allopathic? Are they homeopathic or are they naturopathic? There's different worlds that we're dealing with. So keep that
Mm-hmm.
in mind. All right.
Okay. All right,
All
Doc.
right.
Let's go back to testimony time.
All right.
I just haven't
Testimonies.
seen
Who we got on the testimony?
it.
Anybody else
I
on the
have I
testimony?
have a testimony.
All
Uh-oh.
I
right,
have
Uh-oh.
Mark. All
a
Uh-oh.
right,
Here
Mark.
testimony.
You
come the
got
walk.
you
Here
you
come the
you
walk.
you, you
I
got you
have
got a walk
I have
update. Let's get a walk
I had
update.
I had two testimonies.
Okay. Talk to
One
us,
of my
man.
testimony goes way, way, way back in time when I had to retire from work at the age of 42.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And I had to retire because I was working at Abington Hospital and I took a leave of absence to get my knees done. And at the time, I was working at the school board too. But I felt some way, and I had to retire from the school board, being a commendation teacher,
mm-hmm.
and I just couldn't do it no more. Children was just too great, and I felt some kind of way. So I
Mm-hmm.
continued on going to Abington Hospital, and during that time, I took a leave of no, I took still the full time. I took part time on my conditions because I was still dealing with MS.
Mm,
No, no, no. I'm sorry. I was dealing with my knees.
mm-hmm.
So when I took a leave of absence, I was about to go to the hospital, and all of a sudden, numbness start creeping all through my body, and I'm like, "What the heck was going on?" So I had to put my knees on the side and figure out what was going on with my with this numbness, and I had to go see a neurologist. Make a
Mm-hmm.
story short, this guy took every report that he can possibly take, and he came down and said, "I don't know what you have." So me and my wife was sitting there like, what am I going to do now? So it popped in my head to go see a neurosurgeon. So I had every records that I had and took it to my neurosurgeon. And he said, I'll be right back. He came back for 15 minutes. He said, you got MS. I'm like, what? I said, God, whoa. So he showed me the lesions on my brain. I'm like, I don't know anything about this. So what I did, I went up there and called my neurologist, and I told him what I was diagnosed with this other doctor. You don't have this, and I hung up on him.
Mm-hmm.
So he
Mm-hmm.
called me
Mm-hmm.
back the next day and said, oh, me and the radiologist did go over your report, and you do have MS. I said, no SHIT, and I hung up on him.
Okay. All
So
right.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I need to do. So what had happened, I had to go back to work because I ain't have enough credits. I had to go back to work with my knees bopping like this here at Abington Hospital for 2 more years. Then I took a look and and realized I had enough credits. So I took a leave. I left. I went to. I had to retire, and to make a
Okay.
story short, I had not remember about my pension for like so many years until
Mm-hmm.
now. This is
Mm-hmm.
the good part. I
Mm-hmm.
applied for my pension. I ain't only got 6 years. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? But
Okay.
it's the
All
time
right.
that it took so long for me to get my pension. So it's been like 23 years. So it's
Shut up.
23 years
All
times
right.
whatever I
So
Shut
hey
get.
up.
man,
And
let's
I
give him
get
a
a,
hand, man. He's
Shut
getting
up.
his
Go ahead.
pension,
Go
man.
ahead, man.
yes,
Everybody.
yes,
See,
Yes.
that's
yes,
what's
that's a
He's
up.
getting his
blessing.
pension.
That's
All
a
right,
blessing,
All
brother.
right,
man.
all right.
That's a
Congratulations.
blessing, man.
And
Congratulations.
my next one is
Congratulations.
my
Get that
walk.
money.
And my
right.
next one is my walk. I did that walk on Father's Day. Look at that right leg. That right leg is straight. It's not
All right.
crooked.
Well,
It's not
let me
this.
go to it, Mark, because we got everybody. We got a lot of folks on
Okay.
today, so I'm going to get through it. All right. Now I'm going to
Yes,
show
sir.
Mark. This is the Mark weekly update. So we
My legs.
getting your leg in order. What's that? The right leg or the left leg?
Right leg.
The right leg. This
Yeah,
time.
That's the crazy
now
leg.
I'm gonna.
That's the
That's the crazy leg. That's the we call stinky leg.
The
That's the
stinky
stinky
leg.
leg. The
The
stinky
stinky
leg.
leg.
Not stinking no more.
All right, all right. Let me show everybody Mark's walk today. Let's see what we got here, Mark. All right, and let me know when y'all can see this. All right.
Bam, there you go. That's it.
All right. Okay, let's see. I love the way he just drops the cane. You know, just throw it to the
Kick it
side.
away. Just kick it away. Get back.
Get it, bro. Go 13 years. Show it.
Show it. Not playing.
Come on.
Come on now. Come on, man. Come on. Stop dancing. Come on. Come on.
Stop dancing. Stop dancing. Come on.
All right, let's get it on.
Yeah.
He's pumping himself
boy.
up.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Go-
Come
go
on,
get him,
Mark.
Mark. Go get him, Mark.
it, man. They told that brother he ain't never gonna walk again. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that brother. They told him he's gonna be in a wheelchair for the
Looking
rest
good,
of his
feeling
life.
good.
Yes, sir.
That's
He's
right.
covering some ground
No
there,
wheelchair gonna be anything. You gonna be pushing a wheelchair. That's
I know,
about
that's
it.
right.
He ain't gonna be
That's right.
walking. He ain't gonna be sitting in it. Go ahead, man.
Yeah,
Go
right.
ahead.
Look at you. Yeah.
All right, turn around. That's right.
Line
Pivot.
dance.
Is that a girl or a guy?
That's a guy. That's a guy.
He's telling you, I prophesied. Came to fruition. Perfect walk.
Great job.
All right, come on now. We can stop him from dancing. He start walking.
You gotta stop dancing. Stop dancing.
Stop dancing.
Happy this.
I can see that right leg, Mark. I can see that right leg.
Way to go.
Way to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely. Keep on, buddy. Keep on. That's right, man. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. That's right, Mark. You're doing well, buddy.
Dang.
Yeah, yeah. Let's give him a hand, y'all. Let's give him a hand. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Carlos, that's his
that's
former NFL linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles and my bad San Diego Chargers.
All right.
All right, Mark.
Isaiah,
That's me.
show you. Thank you for all the hard work you did for me, bruh. Up in this place. Let's do this stuff
Yeah, we
again.
got you.
I got energy.
You've been rocking for a little bit now.
Uh-oh. You ready for round two?
Round two. Come on now. Now he racing. Now he racing.
I can't take it.
I told y'all Facebook. Y'all thought I was lying all this time. 13 years. God been blessing me over and over again.
Y'all was
I
lying.
don't have to lie.
Get him, Mark.
He probably walked faster if he wasn't talking.
Not the lion.
He wasn't talking so much. He probably walked better.
He probably got you can concentrate.
Dr. Paul, Dr. Lenny, I gotta see you again to get me even more better, bro. I gotta see you on Monday. All the adjustments that you've been giving this brother so many times.
Yes,
You're a man with the pots and pans. Dr. Paul. Oh my God. That
Man with the pots and pans.
oh God, come on,
You're
Lord,
not
help
giving up,
me.
I'm not giving up.
That's all right.
Nutrients that you created, Dr. Paul Greens, that will build my body from the ground to the floor up.
Yes,
And
sir.
y'all don't know
Yes,
nothing about it. Y'all need to know this in order to improve. I did it.
Yep.
I trust God. And I don't know about y'all. Y'all having problems? Trust God.
Well,
And lean not to your own understanding.
All right, brother. All right, brother.
You know what that's all about.
Hallelujah.
4:13.
That's right.
I can do all things through Christ.
Christ has strengthened
Brother,
you.
right?
Amen. Amen, brother.
testify, Mark.
All non-believers, all naysayers, and hate me.
Gonna
I'm
be called in
on
on record now.
Facebook to help people, not hurt people. That's not my motto. I'm
That's right.
here to help. If you need some help, call me. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
All right, y'all, let's give Mark a hand. Let's give Mark a hand. Let's give him a hand.
Okay, don't be scared.
I tell you,
Don't
he
be
can walk.
scared.
He can move faster if he wasn't talking so much. Move faster. Now, Mark, I got one thing for you. You see me? Can you see me?
Yes.
All right. Can you see me? All right. Now, make sure that you're on
Make
mute.
sure,
there.
guys,
Whoever that is
make
on
sure
mute.
you're muted.
Somebody on
Make
mute.
sure you're
Somebody
muted.
on mute. Everybody on mute. Okay. You notice that when you're walking, I got one thing. You remember I told you about rocking the arms. Notice that when your left arm is moving forward this way, you're still high favoring this one.
Yeah.
Okay, you're still high favoring. Antoinette, move yourself on mute. Mute. Okay, your high level is going like this. You're swinging this right arm like this. See right here? Keep that in mind. Now, reason why I say that is because your balance is important. You're perfectly balanced, left and right side. So try to work on equal movement for left arm and right arm. So you're kind of walking like this. You're kind of walking like this. Got it?
I got you.
Well, when you start to do this, now you get that perfect balance from the hip.
Amen.
See, that takes the weight off your hip on that side.
Okay.
You're favoring this side like this with a high arm. You're putting more weight on that left hip. You got it?
Work on that.
So now you bring it down, start to work like this. This is for everybody. When you walking outside, try to work it balance in left and right. Try to work that, keep that right. Shoulder straight, back straight. Try to straighten up as much as you can. Got it? Because that's all going to be building the strength of the middle back. Got it? And that core, your core is right here. So all that happens when you keep that straight. Give him a hand, y'all. Everybody come off mute for Mark one more time.
Congratulations.
All right, Mark.
Welcome.
One more.
Congratulations, Mark.
Thank you. Appreciate the love.
Yes.
I got one more question, Dr. Paul.
Yep.
I need 5 good fish.
5 good fish.
Fish that you can send me. Text it to me that you can send me.
Well, let's give it out right now because we're going with the family. They gonna know, right? They want to know
loaves
too.
of bread to go along with
You got some 3 loaves of bread.
Could you put it in the box
Two
when you
little
write
fishes and 5 loaves of bread.
Oh, God.
Feed the multitudes. All right. What you're doing is remember fins and scales. Fins and scales. You shall freely eat. Remember why fins and scales? Anybody tell me why? Why fins and scales? Why was the Bible so adamant about fins and scales? Anybody know? Fins and scales.
Scavenger. It's their irrigation system.
Interesting. Anybody else? Fins and scales. Why fins?
Scavengers.
Okay.
They say at the top of the
swim
water.
on the top. They're not bottom
at the
feeders.
bottom of the ocean.
You got it. So fins move. Can y'all see me? Fins move. Scales, like armor, shakes off parasites. So he's clean. He's also an upper swimmer.
There you go.
Got it? So as the upper swimmer, poop falls where? To the bottom. So if you have to the bottom, you have fish that have fins with no scales, leave them alone. Ain't that what the word said? Big B, you have to dust off your sword, man. Bring your sword out on them. Bring the sword. The Leviticus talks about fins with no scales, because if fins with no scales would be like what? Catfish.
Yeah.
Got it? No catfish.
Tilapia.
Shrimp.
Tilapia.
Right? But fish would be like flounder. No flounder. No flounder. He down there floundering around, right? What else?
Crab.
Lobster.
Yep. All those are shell. Yeah, all no shellfish. You remember why it's shellfish, right? Because shellfish are arthropods. Arthropods are not only scavengers, but they're God's cleanup crew. Got it? So their job is to clean up the ocean, but they handle a lot of bacteria, a lot of virus, a lot of fungus, and a tremendous amount of parasites. So if you're eating them, you're getting that into your system, and that's going to block your lymphatic system. I'm going to tell you that right now, it's the most polluted industry right now is the seafood industry, because they're dredging from the bottom. If they dredge from the bottom, they pull everything off the bottom. Isn't it interesting how all of those that you see in the stores are what? Flounder, tilapia, what else they got? All the stuff that's on the bottom. Got it? There's one that I want y'all to look for. Who got shrimp in their fridge right now? Who got shrimp in the freezer right now? All right, write this down.
Not I.
Write this down. Write this down right now. Write this down. Joan, I see you, Joan, with your hand up. Joan.
Oh no, it's hit me now.
Joan said, all right, I want you to look for this thing called STP. S is in Sam, T is in Tom, P is in Paul. STP, and that's not the motor oil, not that one.
I know that's
not the gas, not the gas, but this one is sodium tripolyphosphate. Got it? Sodium tripolyphosphate. That's actually what they use. Believe it or not, this is what they use to actually use as a preservative for the fish. But guess what it does? It actually makes it weigh more. So you got to pay more because it makes it weigh more. And it is considered an endocrine disruptor. That means it's going to mess up. If you got diabetes, if you got issues with thyroid, hypothyroidism, I truly believe that's why a lot of women are having issues because of the shrimp, because they're spraying it with the sodium tripolyphosphates. Got it? Right. So what happens is this stuff is throwing off your endocrine system. That's throwing off your voltage regulation. So that means your thyroid is your weight, temperature, and pressure. Yes. And guess what? You remember when you take the lobster or even the shrimp, you put it in the pan and you see the white stuff that comes out?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's it. Ew. That's what you're looking at. They call it, it's got a nickname of calling it wet. They call it wet. Not wet the drug, but this is wet, which they put on it. So if you're in, not that kind of wet, but this one, if you are in a store and you are at the fish market, just tell them no wet, right? No wet. Got it? That's the key. But Mark, you got it? Things that are whiting. Whiting is good. Sea bass is good.
Sea
bass. You got red snapper.
Got that.
You got also the porgies. Y'all like porgies. Some of y'all don't like the bones. Y'all don't like the bones. Croakers.
Yeah.
Yep. You notice it didn't say salmon. Yeah, I didn't say salmon. I didn't say salmon. So because people will say, well, you know, what's up with that? Trout. Silver trout. Steelhead trout would be your alternative to salmon. So those are the things that I would do. You know, I would just watch. Kingfish is excellent. I love kingfish. So all of those, no eel, no halibut, no swai or shway. That's the basa. Yep, none of that. No scallops.
Ain't doing that.
Did y'all know that scallops have been actually shark meat since the 50s, man? Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. Yep. That's my uncle used to always tell me that when we used to go fishing. I was a fisherman's family. Yep.
No lobster.
Lobster. Now remember what the lobsters are. Remember they're arthropods. Remember if they're arthropods. Remember there's land arthropods and there's sea arthropods. So land arthropods is what? What is arthropods?
No more lobster.
They're a roach. It's
roaches.
a roach.
Yeah.
You messed me up.
That's roaches, man.
Did you say a roach?
Did you say a roach? Did you say roach?
Yes.
They're roaches. They're roaches.
They're roaches, guys.
They're sea roaches. You know how you take just before you about to put them in the cocktail sauce, you take the shell off the back. You see them little legs on there? Yep, them roach legs. That's right.
You should stop.
Ew.
No more lobster rolls.
Dr. Paul, how about salmon from Alaska?
So how about salmon from Alaska?
Well, they found that the Norwegian Alaskan salmon or they were actually coming from China. And so there's a problem with that because they've been injecting them with dyes, and then also there's high levels of parasites. One patient came in and said, you know what? I was in the store one day and I saw some salmon in the package and I could see a worm going right on through it. She said, that's when I was done. I said, I told you, you got to watch this stuff. So what does it mean when you're preparing it? one of the things that you can do is, adding a little bit of the herbs can, of course, destroy parasites, whether it's like from fish or meats and things like that. If you gotta have it, just start to add more herbs to your fish. Things like sage would be one. Another one would be cloves. Yep, cloves. Yep, clove powders, things like that. These are things that can help with when you're cooking it, it actually destroys it. Did you know that's what they used to use for the hams? You know what they use for the hams, right?
Stick the cloves in the ham.
Right.
Yeah.
What our ancestors knew about this stuff. They knew that the hams had parasites.
Yes.
So that's why they would put the honey on the top of the ham.
Yes.
And that would draw the parasites to the top.
Yes.
And then when the cloves inside, that would destroy them. That would kill them. So, yeah, they knew that. So let's keep that in mind. So those are the fish. Anything fins and scales. That's all you got to remember, all right? All right, family? All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Type out the one.
All right. Let's see.
Dr. Paul.
Yes.
Antoinette.
Is halibut and bottom driller? Why can't you have that?
Yeah, halibut is the larger of the flounder. That's the large one.
Okay.
Flatfish. That's the sole family. And in
Okay.
the sole family, that's on the bottom. So that means that they're not actually scavengers. Those are predators. But they're exposed to the bottom. That's the problem.
They kill the bottom feeders.
Yep, they're predators. They're bottom predators.
Thank you.
And no calamari. Remember, no calamari. No conch. No octopus.
Whoa.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Back on that
all
one.
right. Anybody know what the jellyfish and the octopus and all that is? What does it look like? Where does it go? It's like this, right?
Like
It's just
this.
kind of going like this all throughout the water. That's what it's doing. It's cleaning up.
It's cleaning up, y'all.
It looked like a mop, don't it?
Right.
Oh, man.
Yes.
It looks just like a mop. That's a mop. That's the Most High's mop. You know what they do? They clean up the highest and most dangerous microorganisms in the ocean. Wow. So if you ever been down to places like, I remember we used to live in Virginia. So we used to go to the shore a lot of time. And a lot of times there was times you could not get into the ocean because there were jellyfish everywhere. You ever been to a beach and they said we got to shut down the beach because there's too many jellyfish? So what does that mean? That means that the jellyfish literally are protecting you from the deadly microorganisms. Something in the ecosystem is out of balance. They're out there doing their job.
Nature is amazing.
And matter of fact, if I'm, God said, all right, I know that if I put him out there, he looked like a mop. And Big B, if I put him out there and he looked like a mop, they're gonna mess with him. They're gonna mess with him. They're gonna pick with him. Fish gonna try to eat him. You know what? I gotta put a stinger on him.
All right now.
I'm
gotta protect the brother.
I gotta protect the brother. I'm gonna put a stinger on him. And that's why you don't want to mess with no jellyfish. If you get stung by what they call a man of war, what is the man of war?
For days, brother.
Yes. And then they say, what do you do if you get stung by a man of war, Big B? You know what they used to tell you to do? Anybody? There's an old lore of what you're supposed to do if you get stung by a jellyfish.
Urinate.
Thank you, Prophetess.
You
can urinate.
Hey, Prophetess.
Yeah, they say pee on you.
Pee on you.
Yeah, they urinate on you. What?
Y'all probably saying, no way. Yep, that was exactly it.
You'd be so scared, you probably will pee
on who? Pee on yourself or pee on the person or pee on...
It said pee on yourself or pee on it.
Same thing when you get a burn. You pee on your burns, you get the skin burn.
My dog and I'll be your treat.
Answer, Dr. Paul, stop laughing.
I can't stop laughing. I'm sorry.
Answer the question.
Pee in your bathroom.
Lord have mercy.
Reaction. Yep, that's exactly it. So Prophetess has joined us, and yes, she's correct.
What about the codfish?
Cod is good. Cod is good. Cod is good.
He has it all in the chat. I was so happy to see that.
And Prophetess, you got a whole lot. I think Prophetess may have a list of all the fish because we did
got it in there. Look in the chat.
Yeah, look in the chat. Look in the chat.
Oh, did she?
Hey, you knew the moment prophet came in, everything would fill up. Bam.
And you know what they did with calamari, right?
Yeah, man.
You heard of what they did to calamari?
No. What they doing it?
Anybody like calamari? Who likes calamari?
I do, and I don't want to know.
That's what it is.
All right, go on mute, bro. Go on mute.
Karen, put your fingers in your ears.
Put your fingers in your ear.
I want to hear.
All right, what they did with calamari, they were finding that there were some restaurants that were cutting corners.
Yeah.
And they couldn't stop, of course, when COVID was hitting around, a lot of things were shut down.
Yeah.
So they were cutting corners. So instead of calamari, they were running short. So they said, well, what can we do? If you ever had calamari, it has the gristly thing to it. It's kind of gristly. And they fried gristly. Well, guess what they started to introduce into... And then when they introduced it, nobody knew the difference. They never even knew the difference. But they caught a lot of restaurants. They were instituting pig rectums as an alternative. And nobody knew the difference.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's true.
Nobody knew the difference. Yep.
Karen said he's getting off. I don't want to talk to you no more.
Oh my God.
Yes, they were. What does this say? This just means that a lot of what you're seeing is a lot of, they understand that people don't know these things. So they're going to introduce something that was very similar to the texture. It's all texture. See, but you ain't supposed to have any of that stuff anyway to begin with, right? All right, stay away from all that stuff. All right, all right, but yeah, be careful. The ocean right now, they're pulling a lot of stuff from the contaminated beds where all the oil spills are. So you got another issue. That's the other issue.
Yes.
So you got the oil spills, and they're pulling from the oil spills. Now you got. You're catching some of that barium, some of that titanium, that petroleum, all that other stuff. So leave it alone. All right. All right, family, be careful. All right.
Please. All right, guys. Any more testimonies?
I have a testimony.
Okay, Dick, go ahead, buddy.
Brother Dick, what's going on, man?
How you doing, Dr. Paul? I missed you last Wednesday.
Yeah, man. You know what? I had to go, and I do want to announce to the family, I did lose my aunt. I lost my aunt. Yeah, she was 94 years old. Yes, Aunt Doris. Yes, Aunt Doris. Matter of fact, I think one of my cousins is online. Is she online?
I'm here, Dr. P.
Hey, there she go. There's Monica. That's my cousin right there, y'all. Say what's up to Monica. Hey, Monica.
Monica.
What's up, cuz?
What up?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, so, cuz, you joining us. Tell them where you calling from. Come in. Tell them where you coming
from
in.
Maryland, and I'm sorry to hear you talk about those scavenger crabs, because you know what we do in Maryland.
That's right. That's right.
I know. And it's like, it's all a learning process. We all going through it. So
Even with the cloves and the sage.
Yeah. You can
doctor it up, huh?
Well, what Mark used to tell me when Mark was trying to get off the crabs, he was getting off the Alaskan crabs. He says, Doc, I know I love these crabs, man. Can I put some baking soda on them?
That's right. Please, right on up.
Purify the fruit.
Trying to purify.
No, you can't.
So Dr.
No,
P said hot steaming the crabs doesn't help it?
No, it ain't gonna help it. No, he's still a crab. He's still a crab.
It's still a crab.
I already tried that, Monica. Even with the
See, what's happening is it's polluting the lymphatic system. Now, the most blocked area of your body right now is your sewer system, which is your lymphatic system.
Yeah, buddy.
And if you just get one parasite in there, it can run havoc in your system, and you backed up. And then next thing you know, you start to see swelling in the legs, swelling under the armpits, swelling in the groin, all those areas around the neck area. All that stuff is backing up. Your lymphatic system is shutting down. Remember, secondary circulatory system only moves when you move. But you can get an infection in that line called lymphatitis, which actually can cause problems like, bacteria, virus, fungus, or parasites can get trapped in there. So you got to keep it moving, y'all. Keep it moving, all right? Well, shout out to my cousin Monica. Hey, all right. Welcome.
Thank you. I feel your pain, Monica. I understand.
Okay, thank you.
Especially those Maryland crabs. Woo.
The Maryland crabs. Is she down there in Maryland too?
That's what I grew up
man,
on.
that's
I can cook them too.
Yeah, and you know, Monica can cook them too. You know what? Let me tell you, it was devastating when I first found out too, because you know we were a fisherman family, but you know these things we got to go back to the Bible, y'all. The Bible's very clear on what it's supposed to be
Especially
dealing with.
those number ones and number twos, boy.
Well,
And if I can
that's
do it,
true.
y'all can do it. Because I used to buy them by the case. And I used to get them home. I used to sell them too. Oh my God. Dungeness and Alaskan crab legs. I had a part of that. Oh, yep. Sell them by the pound. Oh, yes.
Well, you know, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to tell y'all, you know, don't eat me. You know, that's why when you trying to put them in the pot, right? It's always that one crab that be hanging on, like
buddy. They be scratching the pot. They be scratching
he like hanging on. He said, "No, you're wrong. You know you're wrong." I'm trying to help you out. I'm cleaning your ocean up. You throwing me in the pot. I'm trying to hold on. That one crab always holding on.
Yeah, man. Give you no break at all.
Yep. All right. Let's see. What do we got?
We went on. We had Dick, and we ended up. Dick, do you finish?
Yes. Again, I'm sorry for your loss, Dr. Paul.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Oh, yes. I was saying last Wednesday, I had the opportunity to participate in the Wim Hof breathing and ice plunge experience at Dr. Lenny's office. And all I can tell you is it was a great experience. It was about 3.5 hours, but just like Dr. Lenny said, the breathing session was all that. It's about maybe 18 folks there, and we talked about everything we went through, our bodies went through during the breathing session, and it was like mind-blowing. Your body's transformed like right there. Even when you're laying down, going through different breathing breathing zones. And the cold plunge at the end was great. I'm proud to say that I lasted longer than the I guess the estimated time of 2 minutes. Oh,
there you go. There you go.
Oh, well, as you can see, that's me. I decided to get out at 3 minutes.
All right, 3 minutes. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I could have stayed there longer, but I didn't want to.
Okay.
And I'll just say is I've been incorporating since last Wednesday the different breathing during my my training running sessions. And
there go Doc. There go Dr. Lenny. What's up, Doc? He does it every day. Doc's good.
Big improvement. I've seen a big improvement with my running session. So it was amazing, definitely worth the experience.
All right, let's give a shout out for Doc over there. Dr. Lenny, thank you, Deke. Let's give Deke a hand. The last 3 minutes.
Dick took one for the family, boy. We appreciate that, Dick.
Now, Dr. Lenny's on the house. Doc, come on in here, bro. tell us, Doc, when you're doing this, how long can you go under with the water? For example, how long?
All depends, Doc. There's some good information out there. I don't know how much you follow Andrew Huberman, the Stanford physiology, neurophysiology, I believe is the title. He says 11 minutes a week. I don't know who, said 10 wasn't good and 12's too bad or whatever, but 11 minutes a week is his thing.
Wow.
I honestly do. Like if I go to the gym at 5 a.m, sometimes I'm in there for 30 seconds. Other times I go longer, sometimes I go multiple times a day. It's a good, like, as Deke mentioned, the breath work is extremely powerful. And the cold plunge is definitely, an added bonus, but the breath work is just really, really powerful, and to do it in a group. And thanks for coming by, Deke. It was a pleasure to have you.
Yes.
You can't quantify it in words. I mean, I've done a lot of different things. And the breath work, the depth you get to, it's astounding. It really is.
Yes, yes. And Doc, we got to do it again. I took a rain check, man. I had to, of course, I had to, of course, go to the funeral for my aunt, but I definitely want to make sure that, I'll get into I want to experience it one time.
Yeah,
I'll
for
probably
sure.
for about a good minute. I'll be in.
My condolences for your loss, but I totally understand. But yeah, we'll run it
Yes.
back for sure. And I'm probably going to look for a time in September. Just do it in the office again, and whoever can make it, great. But we'll coordinate that with something that works for your schedule. Probably shoot
Excellent.
for Wednesday afternoon again. So
Excellent. And Doc, you want to give everybody your information, how they can contact you, and if they want chiropractic services, and also massage therapy. And you have other things that you're offering. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have two wonderful massage therapists. Our office is Summit Spine and Wellness, SUMMIT, Spine and Wellness. And the office number is 215, summitspineandwellness.com. Office number is 215-487-2500.
Okay. Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate you, Zach. And you need to get your spine in there soon, buddy.
Yes. That may be this week, man.
I'm going to hit you up right now on there.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Doc.
Thanks, Doc. See you
And
later.
for those of you who did not catch Dr. Lenny's phone number and website, I will be posting it in the chat box. Just give me a second.
Okay.
All right.
Got it. All righty. Let's see.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate you. Anyone else? First, Deke, you did a great job, man. Did a great job, buddy.
Thank you, Dr. Paul.
Good job. Keep up the good
Hey,
work.
Dick, thanks for representing all of us young brothers, man. I appreciate that.
Yes.
I have a question about the cold plunge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you change the ice every time somebody gets in, or you're using the same ice? That seems like a lot of ice for.
When we did it as a group practice, we used the same ice, so we had two different tubs. My device is I have a pump and a filter, so I have like a plastic plastic horse trough, one of those big, 150 gallons. So I like to submerge myself, so I get my head in underneath there. So I'm pretty tall. So I have a filter and a pump that helps keep it cool and keep it clean. But with the group, we shared. So we
just get in and out.
Our immune systems a little bit.
That Prophetess, they didn't expect you to be in there much longer. They ain't gonna be in there much longer than 30 seconds. Yeah, okay, that's good. I'm out.
That's like
Besides the ice, is there some type of therapy that you can do with warm water?
That's called taking a bath.
That's called bath. That's
like taking a soak.
Epsom salt, soak it. Yep.
That's called a hot bath. That's the Himalayan salt bath.
And what are the just quickly, what are the health benefits of even doing this whole process?
Good question.
You want me to take that, Doc?
Yeah, you can go ahead and take that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the breath work really can help open up, vasodilate your blood system, your blood vessels, can help the oxygen exchange, increasing carbon dioxide, which then helps you get more oxygen into your tissues. So, can really be beneficial from a stress standpoint. So two similar things, but different paths. But the breath work, very, very powerful, and different levels of that. I do that on my own, but doing it in a group, you really can get into like a trance-like state, hallucinogenic, and it's pretty wild. But physiologically helps with inflammation, helps get more blood flow and vasculature pumping, decrease stress. There's a lot of different benefits physiologically that some people say, others say, oh, you can't prove that, but it's very that Dr. Paul's motto, not to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease, food for the soul. It's allowing your body to go to places to push the envelope with breath work and with the cold exposure to change your tolerance. And there's, it's become popular. There's some people that say it's complete crap. I definitely personally have noticed a difference. My hands feel less achy and less intense. I feel like it helps me with my recovery. Helps wake me up in the morning. A lot of benefits, and it's not. The side effects are you're cold for a little bit. So
and Dr. Paul, I want to add, as a runner, I'm telling you, as an experience from their experience, it helped with recovery and also helped my V.2 max of basically getting more oxygen to my lungs. Like I said, within the last week, my running sessions have improved while I'm implementing the breathing sessions and staying calm and the recovery is like after I did the cold plunge, that next day was like this crazy. I had so much, even more energy than I usually have, and recovery is like off the charts.
Awesome.
Thanks for sharing, D.
All right.
Their website. They do events, all throughout the area. We'd love to have anybody that'd like to make it back to our office, but if the schedule works for folks in different locations, definitely highly recommend these guys. They're top notch. They're great people and do a great job.
Okay. And
All right,
you want to give their number or their email, or what?
Yep,
what do you have?
I'll
a
pop it in
website
there
for
right
them?
now.
Okay.
Yep.
And Profits, once she puts it in there, and Doc, you want to just put it out for those that are maybe by phone that cannot see?
It's a little bit of a weird name, and I honestly forget what it means it's like a yoga trend, but it's Ignite Sadhana, IGNITE SADHANA.com.
Okay.
IgniteSadhana.com.
Got it. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks
Appreciate
again,
it.
Doc.
I'm sorry. I need him to say that again, please.
I just posted it there, but it's Ignite.
Oh, wonderful. Never mind, because I'm not.
You got it? Thank you.
Yeah. So let's just give that out one more time. So those that are maybe just on phone, you want to read that out, Prophetess? Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is. Let's see where it's at.
Yeah. Oh, I see it. IGN as in Nancy, IT as in Tom, E, S as in Sam, A, D as in David, H as in Harry, ANA.com. Got it? Yep. Good stuff. All right. And matter of fact, let me do this. I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna show you the website. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you the website.
And this is the people who do the cold plunge. Oh.
Yep. There it is right there.
Yeah, so they do the guided breath work and then the cold plunge after.
Okay.
They have different retreats and stuff. They're really great guys. One was shares a story about how it's helped him. He was in recovery and on and off the beaten path with that stuff, and he found this, and it's completely transformed his life. And
woo, that takes some strength right there, man. That's why they got the Ben Franklin Bridge. Man, woo.
They talk the talk and walk the walk. They're solid people for sure.
Yes. All right. Okay.
Thanks,
so find out more about that. That's the Wim Hof method. Yep. Cold plunge. I see them doing they jumping in the polar. The polar when they jump in the water, they do the polar
polar plunge in the ocean.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, God. Appreciate it. Thanks, Doc. All right, let's see. What else? Anyone else more of a testimony before we move forward? I know we're going past on the testimonies, but we can get to the questions if there's no other testimonies. All right?
really don't have a testimony, but I'm trying to gather as much information regarding rheumatoid arthritis as I can.
Okay. Well, remember rheumatoid arthritis, and we talked, Monica, a little bit when I was down there, has a lot to do with the pH balance. Okay, so the pH balance is the body's attempt to correct itself. It's always going to bring you back to a state of ease. So when your body's in a state of acidosis, which means you're shutting down, which too much processed foods, and it's the environment we're living in. We're in deserts. All foods are processed. They have no life in them. So when we eat them, it's going to spin us in a state of what's called acidosis. So when you're tearing down in a state of acid because there's no life in it, the body says, well, I need to find alkaline. That's the only way I put this fire out. So what can I do? I need to pull it from another source. So guess where I'm going to pull it from? I'm going to pull it from the calcium out your bones. I'm going to pull it from that hip or your knees or your joints or your ligaments, your connective tissues. So the fact that you are in pain or anyone has inflammation, arthritis, anything rheumatoid or osteo, has a direct effect of the body attempting to heal itself. It's trying to correct the problem. So it's trying to put the fire out. So it's pulling it from another source. What do? We start to alkalize by getting things that are alkaline by the electrolytes, things like alkaloid. That's what the herbs, land, and sea. You remember I gave you the green drink, right?
Right.
And with that green drink, that's the highest hydrogen on the planet. Land, alfalfa, spinach, turmeric, beets, things like turmeric, those things that like the astragalus, all those things that are growing deep in the earth. And then on the other side, you have the sea vegetables, the kelp, the chlorella, the spirulina. All those things together bring your world right to a state of alkalinity so that the body says, okay, shut it down. I don't need to go after your hip no more. I don't have to go after that shoulder. If I'm in a state of pH balance, then I don't have to go after the knees. Got it? So it's the body's balance is trying to correct the problem. Now, my question to the family is, what happens if God didn't have this system set up? We'd be out of here a whole lot faster. We'd all be out of here. You got it? Because the body wouldn't correct itself, and literally you'd be tearing down on the cellular level. That's what the arthritis and the hand, everything would be tearing down so much faster. So that's the key to always alkalize. Get that pH right. Okay. We'll break it down a little bit further. I'll talk to you a little later about that.
Okay.
About the pH and about how to test the pH. Okay.
All right. Well, I got the crystal geyser going.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. You got the crystal geyser. All right.
All right. Anybody else with this one? If not, I got a couple of questions over here.
I have one.
Yeah, Barbara, go
Can
ahead.
you hear me?
Yeah.
I just want to say that I went to the doctor the other day, and the elevator was broke. The escalator wasn't working. That was going up. I went up, and I got my blood pressure done. So I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be high. My blood pressure was 111/69.
Woo! And, all right.
After going up the steps.
And I have lost weight. When I first started going to that, I think even when I was at Dr. Paul's, I was 194. I'm down 180.
Woo! Yo, let's give her a hand, y'all. Let's give her a hand.
That's terrific.
Come on.
Great job.
And I was so happy. And my numbers, Dr. Paul, are staying steady. So they haven't had to put me on any medication yet. So I wanted to, if I could have, I would have clicked my heels, jumped up and clicked my heels with all my numbers. And so she told me I was going every month. So she said, you can come back either 2 months or 3 months. I said, I'll be back in 3.
In 3. Right. I'll see you in 3. That's right. And then you definitely going to be clicking your heels, right?
Yeah.
Let's give Barbara a hand. Give Barbara a hand. Everybody come off of mute.
Congratulations.
Come off mute and give her a shout.
Congratulations.
That's a good word.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Barbara, for that testimony. That's going to help a lot of people today, because it starts with something just, that was your reward. But guess what? If the elevator wasn't broke, you wouldn't have this testimony.
Yeah, amen. See?
God see how adversity sometimes sets you
that elevator stop.
Sets you up for a blessing. Sets you up for a blessing. Got it?
Yep.
Isn't that awesome? That's an awesome testimony. I love it. Yeah. Yep. Okay, I do have a couple more announcements. I do have an announcement, and I didn't announce it before. I didn't see it, but starting June 1st, okay, of course, that was last week, 18 days ago.
18 days ago.
The fee for Dr. Paul's patients at Summit Spine and Wellness will reduce to $125 for the usual services provided at your office. So that's Dr. Lenny there, y'all. So give a shout out again to Dr. Lenny. Thanks for having that adjustment. And that's for the folks that are coming through us here on the Family Tree. So thank you, Doc. Appreciate you. And wanted to make sure we put that out there. All right. Okay, let's see. Big B, anything? Anyone else?
Yeah, no more testimony. So let me do a couple of questions.
Okay.
Tasha Bullock, is there anything you can do for cataract instead of surgery?
Yeah, you got to detox the eyes. Again, these are kind of reoccurring questions that keep coming up. Can you and you see where everyone that's listening, that's probably normal, that's here on a regular basis, don't y'all know, do you see the trend of the questions that are being answered? It's like the same things that are going on. But really, that's, again, concentration, mucus, forming in the eyes. You know what I mean? So watch your dairy products. Go to get my top 10 toxic food list that's on my website. Go to drpaulherbs.com. Download the Mastering a Healthy Lifestyle 101 guide, and that's going to show you everything that you need to do. Got it? So in there, you'll see the top 10 toxic foods. Avoid them like the plague. You got to stay away from the concentration. A lot of what's happening, we have a lot of herbs, but you got to make sure you're staying away from the bad stuff, because the herbs are not going to work. Your water's got to be on point. So it's holistic health, right? You know what the term holistic health comes from, y'all? What does holistic health come from? Anybody know what that means?
Complete.
Complete.
Mind, body, spirit.
Mind, body, spirit, or spirit, mind, and body in that order, right? But it's the concept of being holy. Got it? That's where the whole concept of holy comes from. The wholeness, holy, meaning that you're flowing spirit, mind, and body in those orders. So keep that in mind. So we try to do that, but definitely, prophetess, I'm sure you probably have a list of things for the eyes that we can put in the chat. We've gone over that several times. So look in the chat and you'll see the list of things that we have for the eyes. There's things that you can do, but you got to get your water right. Download that top 10 toxic foods list. Okay. All right. All right. Go ahead.
All right, Doug, there's a comment here from Monique on Facebook. She says, mullein leaf is helping me after 9 months of severe sinus blockage. Been taking it for 10 days. I can breathe much better through my nose.
All right. That's mullein. She said mullein leaf.
Mullein is mullein leaf.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Mullein. Anybody remember what mullin's ancient name is? Anybody know what mullin's ancient name is?
Oh, you told
mullein. Mullein. Remember, I tell y'all the stories so that y'all can remember. Remember? Anybody remember the story of where it was actually the story of mullein? And I guess not.
I'm sorry.
Was that the bitters wood or something?
No. I try to tell y'all the story so y'all remember.
Oh man!
All right, now you'll never forget it now because I made it a point.
Online that day.
All right, so Mullen's ancient name is Aaron's rod.
Aaron's rod.
Ah, see, Kamara knew that. She knew that.
Oh,
Aaron's rod. And where was Aaron's rod? Remember where Aaron's rod? Aaron's rod represented of course, everybody know Aaron from the Bible was what?
Yes.
Moses'
assistant.
His brother.
Oh, his brother.
Remember, he was his mouthpiece. Remember, he was the mouthpiece. So he was the one that when Aaron's rod was symbolic of when they put into the Ark of the Covenant, it was Aaron's rod. It was the actual mullein, Aaron's rod, to represent always something in the Ark of the Covenant represented something. So like bread was put in there because of what? Man shall not live by bread alone, right? But the rod was put in there to represent that the breath of God. And that if you take this herb, it represents God breathing life into man. So when you take the herb, it's like what? Putting breath back into your life again. How about that? That's me. That is so awesome. So that means that's why it's the herb for the lungs. It actually was used also by Harriet Tubman when they were actually, of course, with the slave movement of moving slaves up north, they used to go by what? Grabbing mullein, using that to keep keep the lungs clean. And also it's good for respiratory, but also cold and flus. Not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent disease, just food for the soul. Got it? So isn't that awesome? You got to listen to the story. Now, we all going to remember this next time.
Yes, because this is embarrassing.
I will, because I've been struggling after COVID, doctor, with this breathing. Is what do they call it? Bronchial spasms? I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. So it has a lot to do with also our exposure to living in cities. We're just around all the pollutants, and anything you breathe in your body is in your bloodstream in what? 28 seconds, just like if it touches your skin, it's immediately into your bloodstream. So, just secondhand smoke. I've never seen more cases of people having lung issues that don't even smoke. Got it?
Yeah.
It has a lot to do. And it's because it's the particulates, it's the stuff that you're around. It's also our homes. We track in so much into our homes the dander and the sheets, the dust, all the micro things that are going on. It's a lot of pollutants. So keep that in mind.
Especially brand new homes that have just been built that you move into.
Oh, they're really dangerous.
They're worse.
Yep, absolutely. All the smells, or the floor, the glue, the paint, the detergents, the sprays, all of those things. Some of those are most contaminated areas are a brand new home. That's correct. All right. Let's see. What do we have here?
Okay, so we're pretty much caught up on the questions. Nitha, up in the corner. Nitha, she snuck out there. I just saw her go out.
Okay.
All right. Let me see.
Now, Big B, I got one thing I want to talk about.
Sure. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I wanted to grab something here. Hold up. I wanted to pull it up. I may have lost it. I think I lost it. Yeah, I did lose it. I had something I wanted to bring up, and this was actually talking about, thyroid.
Okay.
Got it?
Sure.
And there is a benefit of this thing called kelp salt.
Okay.
Got it? I think this is something that we forget about. We talk about the Himalayan salt a lot. And we also talk a lot about the sea salt. But remember, not white sea salt, right? No white sea salt. Because white sea salt has been refined. You want, when sea salt, when it's unrefined, it's not white, it's gray. Got it?
Right.
So if you're getting kelp, you can get kelp in combinations of things like powders, but also you can get it in what's called granules. Got it? Granules. So what you want to do is you can buy this right in, and pretty much the Whole Foods and places like that. Now, here's why it's good for the thyroid. So it's a natural source of iodine.
Oh, okay.
A mineral crucial for thyroid gland to produce hormones that regulate the metabolism. Remember, I said it helps to regulate hypothyroid imbalances. And if there's one thing that's causing more people with their thyroid issue, remember, your thyroid is what? Deals with weight, temperature and pressure. Got it? Go in the cold room, you hot. Go in the hot room, you cold. Something's going on with the balance with this thing. That happens with the thyroid. It's a mineral deficiency. They're giving you things like the DEXA test to kind of give you steroids and things, but that's just causing another problem, because when they give you the steroid, if you had hyper, now you're hypo. And if you had hypo, now you're hyper. So whatever you were in, it goes to polar opposite or whatever it was. But kelp tends to bring your body back to its natural state and balance. And it also protects the thyroid, regulates that what we call it the voltage regulation of the body. Got it? So weight management has a lot to do with this. Did you know that your weight management and balance has a lot to do with this? Some people say, I don't want to get too skinny. Some people say, I don't want to get too fat either. But guess what? It's about the thyroid is what regulates that. So it contains alginate, and that helps to reduce fat absorption and promotes feeling fullness. So it actually gives you the ability to make you feel full. Got it? So it's actually very good that's why I have it in my green drink, because it helps with the fact of now keeping your balance. And as far as nutritional level, it doesn't make you hungry. It takes that hunger craving away from you. So you lose weight. A lot of people don't realize, but kelp is very good for bone health. Bone health, yep. Good source for vitamins and minerals, vitamin K, magnesium, and calcium. So you got calcium now from the ocean. We call the coral calcium.
Coral calcium, correct.
Because what does the kelp stalks do all day? You remember I showed y'all the picture of the kelp stalks about 2 weeks ago? That kelp stalks, they go deep, y'all. They go really deep. All they doing is like this all day. That's all they do. They just wade and they start to absorb life itself. So it maintains strong bones. Also, it's a good antioxidant. Very good as an antioxidant because it has carotenoids and polyphenols. They actually deal with what? Cleaning up the environment in which all cells live in. Dealing with them free radicals, right? You know what that does? It's like this. that goes in and it sort of cleans up, like if you've been in the house and you got trash all over the place. Well, basically what this kelp does, it goes in there with a broom, starts cleaning up stuff, get stuff out the corner, brings stuff over here, brings everything into one, and then pushes it out of the system. So that means it moves also the lymphatic system. And we were talking about the lymphatic system earlier tonight. So what happens, it moves this stuff out of you because kelp is a granules, and it actually, like roughage, pulls that stuff out of you. That's also why I see things like sea moss is good also. That's always by sea moss is good because it has if you look under a microscope, it looks like claws, like a dragnet pulls this stuff out of you. All right, now, so if it does all that stuff, guess what it's going to do? It's going to clean your liver, and it becomes now potentially, it lowers your cholesterol level because now it takes like an agitation, cleans the arteries and veins in the body, like an adjutant, cleans what's called and gets the endothelial moving. That endothelial disruption is the balance of the vessels in the lining of the arteries and veins. Now, when that slows down, you know what that is, right? That starts to back up. Can't push because the heart has to pump, but it has to pump it back to the heart. So what's happening, these vessels or these little muscles called endothelial are what pushes, because the heart really only goes to about right here. The rest goes with the endothelial. It pushes. People think that the heart pumps throughout the entire body, all throughout. It doesn't do that. Did y'all know that? It only goes to about right here. The rest goes with the endothelial, which pushes all the way through to the feet. And that's what happens when you need that dilation to be moving, right? So that's when people start to have, then, of course, the neuropathy at the nerve endings and not getting it into there. That's because the endothelial is slowing down. Got it? So things like kelp can be added to that. Last thing of the benefits would be gut health. It fights certain types of cancers. They found that kelp was actually something that was actually good for, when they did cancer studies, it stops the replication of cancer, starts to alkalize, so it shuts it down literally in its tracks. So it actually, what they call an apoptosis, causes cells to start to destroy themselves, like shuts it down. And then, of course, it balances, at the last thing, balances your sugar. So this is a complete thing that I think people don't think about a lot because you've been told to stay off all salt. If you got high blood pressure, what's the first thing they tell you? Stay off salt.
Yep.
But that's not true. What you got to stay away from is what? Not salt. It's the refining of the salt. That's what you got to stay away from. And then most people have no salt, and that's why they say, I don't have no energy no time. That's because you got rid of all the salt. How can you, with the Bible saying you to what?
Salt of the earth.
You're the salt of the earth. Now, how can you be the salt of the earth? Now you can't have salt. Somebody lying.
I know that's right.
Somebody lying. You got me? So keep that in mind. You need salt because now, if you're getting salt that's refined, see, that's going to pull the moisture out of your body because it doesn't have the minerals or the nutrients or the moisture that the salts that, like for example, the kelp salt or the sea salt, those are unrefined. Those are the difference. The body says, I can work with the unrefined, but I can't work with that refined one. That's the bad guy. Got it? Now, let's see. There's other things that you can add kelp to. Did you know that kelp is also Big B? You know what? They add that to your greens, buddy.
Look out, man.
There you go. Sometimes when you want to add something to your greens and you don't want to add the poke, poke or the turkey or the what else would they put in there on the greens? Come on, y'all. What do y'all put in your greens? What else? Any type of
ham hocks.
Ham hocks, of course.
Let us pray, Cricket.
Neck bones.
Neck bones, turkey butts, whatever you want.
Red onion.
Did you say turkey butt? Let us pray.
Red onion. I can't mess around.
That's way down south right there.
That's down home.
That's down south right there. So what you doing, try now, instead of the meat products, try kelp. And definitely it makes a difference. Some people say, wow, they were pleasantly surprised. So keep that in mind. So kelp granules is usually what it's in. It's in the salt section. You may have to go to Whole Foods to grab it, but I've seen it in places like Walmart. I have seen them.
Right.
So just look in there real good, and maybe you want to institute that. Now, last thing, you can add a pinch of any of these salts that are unrefined, add it to your water, your Crystal Geyser water, and guess what? You just created an energy drink that fast.
Look out, man. Look out now.
Look out, y'all. Look out. Look out.
And that helps to strengthen your bone health too, right?
You got it, buddy. You got it. Bone density. Bone density. Ain't God good. Ain't God good.
All the time.
I saw a recipe on YouTube for that, Dr. Paul. They said don't buy Gatorade, make your own, and it was water, pink Himalayan salt, and a squeeze of lemon.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
Hey, Dr. Paul.
Yeah.
Dr. Paul. Every morning I have a 16-ounce container of water, Crystal Geyser water, and I always put Himalayan salt in it.
There you go.
I drink that every day. There
you go. That sounds like Herb. Is that Herb?
That's Herb.
Yes.
That's Herb.
What's up, Herb? How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
All right, good. Yes,
Dr.
sir,
Paul,
man. Yes.
Would that kelp salt, would that help with nodules on the thyroid?
You got it. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So any and all issues with thyroid has a lot to do with what the imbalances of the thyroid, hypothyroid, but also stress. So the last factor I can throw in there would be stress. Got it? You gotta relax. More people are so stressed out right now that you don't know what to do, and it's firing off from
That's right.
It's firing off right from your kidneys, or not starting the kidneys, but your adrenal glands, which now is fight or flight. You're in a state of fight or flight. So on top of the kidneys, you got the adrenal glands, look like cones, and they fire off, and they're firing off this cortisol levels, which levels are way too high. People are stressing out. So, we do the testing, you can test your body temperature and things like that. There's a basal testing method that we use where we take your blood pressure or your temperature. Anybody remember that? Remember we talked about that? There's a basal testing, that you would use, and you could take a thermometer, just make sure you keep it by your bedside, get a pen and a pad. And when you wake up in the morning, take the covers off, don't get out of bed, and just put it in the axillary position, which is under your armpit. And you can also take one under your tongue. So you do both, and you take it 7 days. At the end of the 7 days, you add them up, do the average, divide it by 7, and that will give your average for where your thyroid. Now, what is your body temperature supposed to be? Around what? 98.6. 98.6, as close as you can. If it's under 94, 92, we got an issue. We got either hyper, we got a number that's usually too low. So just keep that in mind. We just do these tests just to give you a reference to know, because if you're laying in the bed all night, when you get up, your body should be resonating with the proper amount of minerals to keep your body temperature. So if you're not holding your body temperature, that means you're lacking minerals or nutrients. That's the key. Got it?
Absolutely.
All right. Keeping good stuff. All right. That's all I had today. I just want to bring that one out. All right.
All right. Let's get
Netha
and Quentin. Netha, you're next. And then
Grand Risings, everyone.
Grand Rising, Netha. Hey, Netha, I love your cut. Oh, that looks wonderful. Don't she look wonderful, Big
Yeah, Netha, you
hey,
look
family, she looks
girl.
wonderful.
She went and got fly on her. Go ahead, Netha.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I said I'm starting from the beginning, and with my hair formula, I'm doing
it'll be all Netha.
Go ahead
and
with
then
your bad
welcome
self.
back, Kamara. You were in my prayers. I was thinking.
Thank you, sweetie.
Yes, absolutely. And let's give Kamara a hand, because Kamara came through today and she got some. Hey, Kamara, you should be in this whole thing with this testimony thing, because you did good. We say crawl, walk, run, but guess what? You did some good stuff today. So congratulations to you also, and we glad we had prayers out for you when we found out we were going on. The whole family was out here, and Marcy let us know, and
God is good.
Prayer up, we kept it going, right?
Yes,
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
And I
My
thank
prayers
you
was
for
shaking you
this.
around the room, Kamara. I said, get up, girl. Let's go.
Get on up, girl.
Get
That's
on
right.
up.
I appreciate it. More to sugar later.
One thing I wanted to say to everyone, I had decided I've been helping a couple of people from the Zoom, and I decided, I'm not going to get certification for an advocate. I am an advocate.
Hey,
that's right. You are an advocate.
With insurance, health insurance. So if anybody who needs just some guidance or has information or needs to, need to talk to me about something, just call me at any time.
Yes.
I will be your advocate. And to say to Stephanie, I have information for you. I think she's still on the Zoom. I will call you tomorrow to give it to you. One thing I was talking to someone about, and it was about blood pressure. And I thought about that person that night and then that next morning. And I'm going to give her a call because Dr. Paul, you hit it right on the nose when you were talking about the stress. And then you mentioned the kidneys because people don't think about the kidneys, or some of them don't know. You mentioned the cortisol because that is your fight or flight. And when you're stressed out, and some people feel, well, I don't feel stressed, but your body is in stress.
Yes.
The things you're going through, because I know, because I went through it the latter part of December. My blood pressure is out of whack, blood sugar is out of whack. I felt okay, but my body was in stress and I was out of balance and I couldn't get them under control. I do have them now under control. I mean, I have stress, but my stress is controlled. But the other thing you had mentioned with the adrenals, what people understand when they're saying, well, I'm doing this, doing that, but my blood pressure is still not balanced, it's not under control. You have those two hormones. Our body secretes I think it's about 9 different hormones that are needed, but the adrenal glands secrete 2. And then they sit on top of your kidneys, like Dr. Paul said. One is the cortisol, that's your fight or flight. And if you're under stress, the other hormone is your aldosterone, which controls your blood pressure. And if you're out of balance, that means that aldosterone is out of balance, and you're not going to get that blood pressure under control if you don't control that stress.
I never heard of that.
That's right. And yeah, absolutely. And what's also, this is the emotions, tied to emotions. When you are basically stressing for the world, you got to have that, we say, that decompression time. The decompression time is so critical right now. I'm telling you, we have people working 9 to 5s. I got people coming in so stressed out. They are so hair falling out. Just like Neetha said, it's dealing with the blood pressure. That's why they're giving you the beta blockers, trying to slow this stuff down. But really, it goes back to what is on your mind. You have to start to get into the decompression time. Means take an hour a day and just unpack what you then went through. It's traumatic, y'all. We have to get, every day is becoming a traumatic experience.
Yeah, so
you got people now driving on I-95, getting cut off, and the person coming back, they're shooting each other on the expressway.
Yeah, man.
This is crazy. This is insanity. You never know where people are or where people are ticking bombs. They're literally on the edge.
Terrible.
So that's why we try to say you got to. We say, what did they say? Cool heads. Big B. What's the expression? Cool heads. Remember? Yes. You got.
Cool head,
Lou. Yep. With
I remember hearing cool heads prevail.
Yeah.
Cool heads prevail.
Prevail.
Yes.
We have to.
We don't know whether we're getting ready to go to war, whether ICE going to roll up on you and grab you up.
And that's
there you
exactly
go,
what I was talking about.
There you go. There you go.
That's exactly what I was talking
what's
about
going
earlier.
on?
Yes.
We've never seen martial law.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's kind of looking like that.
Yeah, buddy.
It's kind of looking like that stuff. In America, things are happening that we've never seen before on this land. They've never seen before. So it's enough to keep people stressed out. So find your time, 1 hour, do exactly what you want to do. Can't be something somebody said, let's go do this, let's go do that. No, you got to decide what you want to do and then find it. I'm going to tell you one thing I do. I take a hot Himalayan salt bath. That's it. Get in there, unpack it, Put the, the certain oils in the bath if you want to. The rosemary, the lavender. The clematis are things like the kava kava. You got also the willow bark. You got all these things that help you. St. John's wort. These are herbs that are traditionally used to bring it down, calm you down. Ashwagandha, red raspberry. All of these are things that herbs and things that are traditionally used to bring you down. Because as the sun going down, what should you be doing? Bringing it down also. Got it? Your pineal gland, just like Neith is saying, these hormones are kicking off, but as they're all rotating based on the sun, the moon, and the rotation of the earth.
Right.
So you're calming down. That's the very reason you got a dimmer in your house. You got the dimmer in your house. You ever had the dimmer on there? You're lowering because it's your body operates on this pineal gland, which is operating by light. So how does the rooster know when it's time to get up? Because it's the light.
Don't know.
When the last time you seen a rooster with a watch on?
Well,
it's in his nature.
You got it? He knows because he's connected to the universe. We're all connected to the earth. And when that sun's coming up, that sun's going to give you the things that before sometimes even the sun come up, the rooster's up before the sun sometimes.
I know, that's right.
The cat too.
Hey, Dr. Paul, question for the phone.
What was that?
Question
for the phone.
Okay. Question.
This is Keith, man. I'm constipated, man, bad, and my having problems down here. It's hot down here. My water's right, but I'm just having problems, man. And you had mentioned salmon. I've been eating a lot of salmon from Alaska.
Yeah, I would watch it. Yeah, I would definitely pull off of that. Yeah, it could be the things that they're putting the injections that they're putting in there. I would leave it alone. Absolutely. Let's try to go on here's what I would do. I would start to do more fruits in the morning, vegetables in the afternoon and evening. Things that I know that really help well would be papaya and pineapple. Papaya and pineapple in the morning are very good. Yeah, papaya. And if you get a little bit of the papaya seeds, some people have an understanding about papaya seeds. They're saying that, it's the soursop seeds that are the poisonous one. But these right here, if you have a little bit of the papaya seeds, if you swallow a little bit of that whole, not as breaking, don't break them. Parasites tend to bind to them. They try to attach to them. And so that's why it's good for parasites. So papaya is powerful. I keep always papaya, and also aloe vera gel. Okay,
absolutely. I was waiting for that.
You drink that green drink, you're gonna move.
But add that aloe vera gel.
Yep, the aloe vera gel. And the green
drink. The
every
green
day,
drink.
2 ounces. I'm telling you, I got a
See, Keith, all of these things help, but really it's probably something else because I know you're on top of it. So it's probably something else like the fish, like you said, because I think you kind of understand it's probably the fish. But keep that, that understanding that fruits stimulate, vegetables stabilize. You got it? So when you're doing this, just get more of that. I'm telling you, if you don't green drink, those things in the morning will get you moving. It will get you moving.
Get that water right, it'll move right out.
Yep. So just keep that in mind, all right? Now, also, there's senna tea works also. Some people like senna tea. Senna. Senna? Yeah, senna. Anybody like senna tea?
I like it.
Okay, let's try it.
Senna tea is good. Also, sassafras is good.
Yeah, sassafras is very good.
Sassafras.
How about the colon cleanse?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to get back into those. Come on, mute yourself.
Saloni.
Saloni, mute yourself. Saloni, mute yourself. Okay, got it. All right. So Keith, those are the things, but it's really like you got to find out what's the culprit. That's why we say it's the scene of the crime. Something is actually causing the problem. it's probably going to be that fish. You are probably on point. Now, no frozen fruits and vegetables, right? Nothing frozen, right? Any frozen fruits or vegetables? Keith, you there? Did he drop?
He must have dropped.
He must have dropped. Okay. The other point that I was going to make is also watch your frozen fruits and vegetables, okay? Because a lot of times what they're putting on there, believe it or not.
Oh, he's still there. He's still there. Keith?
Keith, you there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was asking, I said no frozen fruits and vegetables, right?
That's what I've been using for frozen fruits to do my smoothie.
That's it.
No.
That's it. That's it, bro. That's it. I'm gonna tell you, that's it. I'm absolutely sure that's it, buddy. All right, here's the deal. When frozen fruits and vegetables, in order to keep it on their shelf in the store longer, they spray it with formaldehyde. Got it? That's a form of what? Embalming. Yes, it keeps it in there. So Lily, yeah, and the reason why I say that is because I had a vegan chef one time was introducing some things to me, and the vegan chef said, "Doc, I want you to try out this my smoothies," and I said, "Oh, okay, no problem. Let me check it out." So they gave me the vegan dish, but then when they gave me the smoothie, I tried the smoothie and I was like, oh. The next day I was like, yo, what did you put in the smoothie? Oh, I put this, I put this, I put that. I said, no, that's all good. You didn't do mixing fruits and vegetables. You did good. Where'd you get it from? Oh, they're frozen. Ah, that was it. As soon as, they started changing up with that, it made the whole difference right there. It's the frozen. I can guarantee it. It's what they're doing it. Because here's what you got to think about.
Frozen too?
You got to think about it like this. If you take fruits and vegetables and you put it in your freezer, what would happen after a while? Very short time, it's going to get what? Freezer burn.
Freezer burn.
So you got to ask yourself, what are they doing that you're not doing? You got it? They're putting some kind of preservative they're putting on there, and that's mostly it's formaldehyde. They do it on French fries, all that stuff. All that stuff.
Wait. I'm sorry. So you're saying if I buy fresh fruits and vegetables, I wash them and I freeze them, it's still no good?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the livelihood, the longevity of it is shorter. Got it? It's going to be shorter than if you buy it directly out of a store. Theirs going to last longer.
Preservative.
Got it? See, they're going to do it. So if you're doing it yourself, that's fine, but you just can't keep it in there too long or it's going to get freezer burn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't last that long. Okay.
What about the organic frozen fruits?
Don't matter.
The organic frozen, like I said, they got to be doing something that you ain't doing.
Right.
Something. Yep. So just be careful, but Keith, I would lean on that one heavy, buddy. Yeah, I would definitely heavy on that one.
Is there any herb that I could pull it out with as well?
Well, I just gave them to you. Senna, sassafras, the colon cleanse, the green drink, all those things we just talked about. They all work.
Okay, I'm saying pulling the parasites out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Parasite. I said the papaya. Remember the papaya? That's what papaya does. Papaya and the papaya seeds. Yep. And also, don't forget the pineapple. Did y'all know pineapple is very good for parasites? It kills parasites. Yeah. Pineapple is very good for parasites. Not only that, but it has the bromelain, so it's good for your inflammation. It's good for all of that.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, if you're getting the aloe vera gel, one of the best ones of the aloe vera gel would be the Ace Mana. It's Ace Mana. You remember the Ace Mana when we talked about Ace Mana? Mana is Ace Mana is the section of the aloe vera that's the green part. It's also known as inner fillet. Inner fillet. So if you're buying the aloe vera gel, you get the one that says inner fillet. That's usually the best and highest form of the aloe vera. That actually is a catalyst for regeneration and stimulating the immune system to produce more cells and to actually fight off bacteria, virus, fungus, and parasites. So that's why that Ace Mana or inner fillet is what you're looking for. That's the best ones.
Okay.
And a fillet.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
You got
All
it?
right. All right.
Good
So,
stuff. Good stuff.
So
Good
what about if
stuff.
you buy the leaf, the aloe vera leaf? So
Mhm.
what part of that do you eat?
You used all that leaf.
Yeah.
You said all. Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you know that when it's used as it's a perfect bandage if you burn yourself. You can take the leaf with like a fillet knife, just cut it right down, and guess what? It wraps and it will stick to your skin like a bandage. No sticky stuff. It'll stick there and it'll help the healing that much faster. So it's good for scars. It's also good, very good for scars. So sometimes keloids. If you have a keloid, it's very good for a keloid.
Right.
It's good for indigestion too, isn't it?
Very good for indigestion. Yep.
Aloe vera.
Okay.
All good stuff, y'all.
Okay.
All good stuff.
All right, Dr. B, Quincy Vanessa, and then Hannah, and we're at 9:05. Quincy
All right,
Vanessa, you
Keith.
there?
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Keith.
All right, keep me posted, buddy. Keep me
Hey,
posted.
Bill, did Nita finish her question?
Well, actually, it really wasn't a question. I was going to say, just being an advocate.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up there, Nitha.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
No, it just started all of a sudden.
Okay. Is
Yep.
it still breaking up?
Yeah, every time you talk, it's breaking up.
Oh, I don't
Hey,
know
do us
why.
a favor, Dr. B. Mute yourself, Nathan, and we'll see what we hear.
Yep, that's her.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's you.
that's her. Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Anita, you
Unmute.
can.
Now, is
unmute.
it better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I muted and unmuted. I was just going to say, and being an advocate does not mean I'm going to tell you what to do.
That's right.
But I will provide you with the information you need and guide you in directing you what path you should go so you can make an informed decision.
Yes,
In
yes.
other words, not to
Absolutely.
diagnose, treat, cure, just food for the soul.
That's right.
So
That's right. That's
I can't
right.
give you the decision, but I definitely can guide you.
Yes.
People who have questions about the
And you
insurance,
absolutely,
or
absolutely.
they have questions like I'm helping with Stephanie, and just things that people just did not know. So I'm giving them referrals and places what they need to do, and telling them where the places they need to go.
Yes. So Nitha, give out your numbers so for those that need that counselor support. See, that's counselor support. You know what that really is in ancient times, Nitha? In ancient times, we would consider you a doula.
Yep, I do.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you
I'm
are a
not
doula.
delivering babies, but I'm delivering information.
Right. But people
Same
look
thing.
at it. Here's the thing, though. Doulas got the impression, of course, we're bringing babies through, but they were also very much spiritual healers. And not only spiritual healers in the way of knowing that, but they're spiritual healers when also understanding the child and understanding the psychological effects of what the child is bringing forward. They were to determine what the child, when the child was born, what the gifts of the child, so the parents knew what was going on. So as far as like, well, this is the direction this child is going, the doulas will help with the mother. So doulas have a lot to do with that. That's a natural, we call you spiritual doula. Yes, you're a spiritual doula. And that's a lot of brothers, a lot of sisters are spiritual doulas. And I tell them all the time, I said, you have a calling on your life. And you got to put it together. And that's what happened. You have a natural attraction to helping people. So, Deetha, give that number out for the family so they can get a hold of you.
My number is 267-970-0342, and I did put it in the chat.
Okay. One more time.
267-970-0342. And next week I will have some information letting you know what I'm doing, because my husband is now getting herbs and he's going to be getting the green drink, and I'm taking it to the facility.
So
there you go. There you go. That's right. That's right. And the reason why we say this is because, remember, just like the spiritual doulas, You know, we don't have to have permission to take care of our people. You got it? You don't have to have permission to tell people what direction to go into and give them some sound advice. You got it? See, you have to be able to take care of each other. That's what we do. That's what we've always been doing since the beginning of this planet. We've been taking care of each other. So don't let that systems or people or anything come between us and the God's concept of what we're doing, which is taking care of each other. You got it? Because we can get caught up in a lot of the stuff, you
that
know,
political stuff.
the political stuff.
so
And
very
no,
true.
we helping people, we getting people together, and most of the stuff we do is ancient and it's already in our DNA. So
That's
we do
exactly
it better
right.
than anybody on the planet.
Well,
You know,
Amen.
because
how about
it was
that?
created in
Do it
us
better than
from
anybody
the
on the
beginning.
planet. You know, we say the people of God are what? The former of all things. We are the
Yes,
former of all things.
that's right. That's exactly right.
The inventors, the scientists, everything. Kinetic systems, yes.
The what I call them the pass through.
That's why
Yes.
we superior group.
The pass through.
Dr. Paul,
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. What were those brands of aloe vera gel?
It was called, there's a lot of them out there. Just make sure that they're organic. They made the commitment to be organic. Desert, Lily of the Desert is
Lily
good.
of the Desert.
Is a good
And
one.
forever.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there. So just make sure if you're going on there, just look for the ones, like I said, inner fillet would be the Ace Mana. They don't call it Ace Mana, but it's the inner fillet.
Spell that, please.
INNER.
Inner filler.
Fillet. FILLET.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All
All
right.
right, Quincy,
Dr.
Vanessa.
Paul,
Yeah.
Dr. Paul,
Mhm.
before we go, I just wanted to share with everybody to read the 23rd Psalm and read it 2-3 times a day if you need
Yes.
to.
Yes.
It says, surely goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life. And yea, though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, which is what we're in right now,
Yes.
you will fear no evil. And he prepared a table before you in the midst of your enemies.
Amen.
And Islam, we call it the Zabur, the Zabur of Dawood.
Mhm.
And people don't think we read the Bible in Islam, but we do.
Mhm.
But that just lays
Word
heavy
of
on my heart, that 23rd Psalm.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Hariah. Thank you.
Thank you, Hariah.
Absolutely. That's part of your, that decompression time means prayer time also. Prayer time, whatever you got to do in that hour, you deserve it. You got it. You got to unpack that thing. Prayer is absolutely,
Important.
I can tell you if there's anything, Big B, we talk about it all the time.
All the time.
When we come through, we talk a lot about we see a lot of people. I see people from all religions, all nationalities. I've seen everybody I've seen everybody. And I tell them, I said, look, I'm going to tell you what I can do. I can't tell you everything. I can only tell you my perspective, which means you talk to me, you're going to get the Jesus message. But the whole concept of it is that's the way I unpack it, because I know that's what gives me my comfort. And like she said, the 23rd Psalms, oh man, that just puts you right in position. Yes.
Yeah,
and
buddy.
just prayer and time with God. Spend your closet. Get in your closet. Get in
day
your
long.
closet.
These things.
Get in
Prayer
your closet. Yep. Get in your closet. And that prayer time, dedicate yourself to prayer time. And let me tell you, your life will change.
You know what, Dr. Paul, I find that for me, it's the minute my eyes open in the morning.
There you go.
I set aside because it's unfiltered. All the other stuff
That's right.
around me is just quiet.
Yes,
And I
that's
spend
right.
that time, and that's why I've come up with my motto.
Yes.
You got the nerve to wake me up. I got the nerve to do what you want me to do,
There you
because
go.
I'm a vessel. That's all that there is.
That's right. That's right.
You know,
That's
if
right.
we do that and are open to everyone that comes around, God will open doors and put you in places where you never thought you'd ever go.
That's right. And open up ideas and
Yes.
understanding in the
No doubt.
direction in which you need to go. Ask for
Yes.
guidance. You have
Yes.
not because you ask not.
That's exactly right.
You
Amen.
got it?
So
You
very
have
true.
not because you ask not. So
very true.
make sure you put that in position.
All right.
All right?
Quincy,
Okay.
Vanessa, and then we're out. But Quincy.
Yes, good evening, Dr. Paul.
Quincy, what's going on, bro?
All right, how you been?
All right,
buddy.
man. What's going on?
Good, good. I have two issues. The eye cleanse. How does that actually work? Because I don't know if I'm using it properly. Is there a time limit when you're using the eye cleanse?
Okay, and which one you talking about? The Dr. Christopher's eye cleanse? Is that the one you're using?
Yes, it's because I have the little canister. Where
Crystal Geyser water.
but I'm using the Crystal Geyser water when I do it.
Okay, so that's good. That's good.
Okay, but how long am I supposed to use it for in each eye?
Well, here's what you would do. And can you see me? Can you see me? Okay,
Yes.
so what you want to do, you got your eyeglass. I call it eyeglass.
Yes.
Prophet always gets on me about that.
Your eye cup.
Eye cup made out of
Okay,
glass.
she always corrects me. She says, no, it's the eye cup. Okay, all right.
Yes, it's not eyeglass. This is eyeglass. Yeah. Hey, prophets will get it. This is eyeglass right here.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. So get that. And then Quincy, you want to fill it half, about 2/3 high, not all the way to the top, 2/3 high. I always take like a towel and put it on the shoulder of the eye that you're going to use it. Got it? Put it on the shoulder. Take that. How many drops you put in there? About 2 drops? No,
more than 2.
Okay. Ooh, you brave.
Oh, wow. Go on with your bad self.
Right.
One drop.
I actually fill it up.
You fill it up. Woo.
You don't fill it up.
How many drops you doing in there? How many drops?
Whatever gets me to the top.
Oh no.
No.
That's why
You
I'm
gonna follow that protocol. You're gonna hurt yourself.
You're gonna pull your eyeball out.
There's a such thing as too much of a good thing.
Yeah, so Quincy, you always want to start off slow. Okay, start off slow. Because remember, in that Dr. Christopher's Eye Bright formula, there's cayenne pepper in there. Got it? Boy. So we always start off with at least 2 drops. Just start off with 2. And that's all you need. 2 drops in each one of the cups. Got it? So what you do is, here's what I would do. Take the cup. And then once you fill it, you swirl it a little bit, let it mix a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then you bend your head forward, place the cup to the eye, close the eye. Mm-hmm. Got it? Raise your head up, open the eye real quickly, close the eye, bring it down, and roll it around in the eye. And then that towel that's on that same side, you can use that to pat it. Got it?
Got it.
So you do that about 2 or 3 times on one side, dump the solution, create another solution, do the same thing on the other side. Got it? That's what you want to do. Now, once you've done both sides, I usually get the Crystal Geyser water, fill it up with the regular water, and just flush it with the regular eye, with the regular water. That cools it down. That cools the eye.
Okay. What if you're just using the Crystal Geyser water? Can you go that route?
Yeah.
Crystal Geyser is the water. Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking about not using the drops and just going with the Crystal Geyser water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can use the Crystal Geyser. That's one of the things that you would start, which helps with cataracts and glaucoma, is just start rinsing the eye. If you just start rinsing the eye on a regular basis, that helps because that's alkaline water and that's going in the eye. That's going to help to dilate. It's going to dilate a little bit.
Right.
So that along with the Dr. Christopher's, Eye Bright and things like that, those all work hand in hand. And bloaters, anybody can talk about, you got a lot of testimonies on this line today that have used that. And if you go online, you're going to see a ton of testimonies of people saying, as long as you can take the pressure of that heat in your eye, the higher the heat, the better results. That's what they said. That's what they all said that.
Okay, my last point is, can you speak to lecithin?
Lecithin?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Lecithin. Yeah, lecithin. Is this something that you have? Where did you have it? In a green drink or in a colon cleanse or something? What do you have it in?
No. I heard on another show about the positives of it. And I just needed more information on it.
Yeah, it's actually used for a lot of times. You'll find it in colon cleanses. It can be used as an emulsifier. It keeps ingredients locked in. That's what they use it for. But it also is very good because it moves stuff. It moves like the digestive tract, and it moves things out of the system. So that's why they'll put it in a lot of they'll put it in egg yolks, all kinds of like sauces and things like that. But you'll find it a lot in the natural or the nutraceutical industry as something that moves. It helps to move things.
Okay.
So it's good. It's very good for your brain. Lecithin is good for the brain. Good for the digestive tract and for issues with constipation. Okay. And also one thing that I used to always see also was it was people when that happens, they started having it helps with issues with like neuropathy and like nerve issues or nerve. Yep. So it has so like you're saying, they probably gave you a whole lot of stuff that lecithin was good for. So
Right.
there's a lot of stuff it's good for.
Okay.
So they're using it for it's a stabilizer. It can do a lot of things. A lot of benefits. A lot of benefits of lecithin. Yep.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Quincy. Appreciate you, bro. All right, good question, man.
You know what,
question.
Dr. Paul? Hannah was here before she get popped. She kept dropping out, but
Okay.
she's back again. Hannah,
all right, last one. Hannah, yep.
Okay, I have two quick questions. One is I bought some Bob's Red Mill baking soda, and it didn't say that it doesn't have aluminum in it.
They have gone on record and said it though. They may not put it on there, but just like with Armor and Hammer to the natural industry, they did not say yay or nay on whether they do or not. But Bob's Red Mill did make an announcement to that.
Yeah,
So
but on the back of it, if you look at the ingredients, it will only say sodium bicarb,
right,
and it doesn't say
It
aluminum.
doesn't say
so
aluminum.
that lets you know there's no aluminum in it.
Yeah. Usually, they've come to record. They'll put an official statement, because of course, the natural field went after all these people when they saw baking soda. Because you remember, aluminum is the largest find in mining. Got it? So the dirt, in order to get the dirt out the way, they got to get the aluminum. And you remember the byproduct of aluminum is what? Fluoride.
Fluoride. Yeah.
So you got to remember. So that's why we try to get rid of that if you can. Okay. So Bob's Red Mill is good. Okay.
Okay. Second question, right quick. I've been looking at on Facebook. Sorry. About parasite cleansing, and a lot of the sites are suggesting to take charcoal or some type of bentonite clay to move the parasites out of your body, because if they don't move out, the residue left in them, they will cause more problems for you.
Right. So that's almost complete, not totally complete in that statement. Here's what bentonite does. It's a binder. These are binders.
Yes.
Charcoal and bentonite are binders. Yes, they can pull out parasites, but you have to treat the intestines first. That's why we do a colon cleanse first with herbs that help with that lining to move the matter, and then after that you follow with a parasite which we sweep. And now there's certain parasites, herbs that are specifically for the purpose of when a parasite is sentient, it knows you're trying to get rid of it, it's going to try to procreate. So it's going to try to create, it's going to try to spawn more eggs and larvae. That's what's happening. So when people speak on that, that's what's happening. They cleanse, but they don't sweep. So you got to go in with not only cleansing, but you got to come back with those sweeping parasite herbs, like things like wormwood, things like black walnut, cloves, the chaparrals, the garlic bulbs, all those things actually follow through and they clean out, they sweep. So that's the key. So it's cleanse and sweep. If you don't have one, I have one on my website at shop.drpaulherbs.com. And we have
is that your eliminator? Is that
what's there you go. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
The green one, green for go. Red for here it comes. It's going out.
That's one way.
All right. All right, Doc. That's it, man. Well,
All right. Thank you,
tinnitus,
Hon.
Dr. B?
Appreciate you. All right.
What do you do for tinnitus? That's someone on the phone.
Tinnitus is the ringing in the ears.
Right.
Got it? The ringing in the ears. I always tell folks, check out structural issues first. Structural issues means see a chiropractor. Make sure you don't have any structural issues, because you can even have the subluxation or something going on with the cervical 1 through 7, C1 through 7. Or you can have myofascial tissue issues, which means the muscles are too tight. Dehydration. So, dehydration is going to cause a lot of that. Get checked out with a chiropractor first. And then, you can look into things like Epley maneuvers and all the different things. If there's crystals, you got to troubleshoot that situation, because ringing in the ears can be a sign of other things. Could be a lot of things. Could be parasitic. Could be a lot of things going on there. We would have to troubleshoot. But come on through. If you want to get assessment, come on through. And we either go to chiropractor, or you can come in through and get an RM3A, which is the full body analysis, and we can see what's going on, and we'll instruct you further. All right?
All right, boss. There we are, man. 9:24.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Wow,
We went a little
we got
long
it in
today.
tonight.
We got it in tonight, y'all.
buddy.
We
Yes,
got
sir.
it in. We made up for last week, right? We made up for last week.
And
Good
congratulations
class, man. Good
to
class.
you and Jerron.
Yes, I want to say shout outs to my son. Yes, my son, Darren,
Yes,
aka
congratulations to him.
Yaron. Yes, he did it, y'all. He actually, I'm a proud papa, and we got a proud mama over here, because we got him through that. But I just want to say to the whole entire family, I appreciate you all, because you've all watched my son grow up, and even when he was so small,
He's
we
a
say
village child.
he was a village child.
Ain't that the truth?
We say knee high to a June bug.
I know that's right.
He was on radio doing rapping, and he was doing that. He used to have this thing we used to laugh about, because we always said he was so technical. I don't know if it was because he was listening to me all the time, but every time you ask him a question, he say, "What do you think about that, Jared?" He said, "Well, basically," basically, he was so scientific, even as he was little. He was like, basically,
hanging out with us, man.
everything was making. So shout outs to Jaron. He is officially graduated from Drexel University.
Yes,
A shout
that's
out.
it.
So ain't that awesome? He had a free ride. He was a Liberty Scholar. So that means that he was able to get through the program with the honors, and he made the dean list twice. He made the dean list twice.
What's up?
Made the dean list twice. So shout outs to Jaron. He's actually he's doing his band. He got a band now, Big B. He got a band. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He got a band. He got a band, man. He had band practice. I tell you.
Hey, Doc, he also he better get, because Uncle Bill will go come and get him for not.
That's right.
Not doing it right.
You got that stick after him. But listen,
got a
I got
lot of
one
aunts
more.
and uncles.
Yeah.
One more announcement is that he has the documentary that's going to be debuting, and he's going to be submitting the documentary, because his last senior project was to do a documentary. That's like their end of their class and everything. They have to come up, and they had a debut, and it was awesome. And he did it on yours truly, so he's going to bring it out, and I'm going to debut it right here on the Family Tree when we get it together. He's actually editing. He wouldn't let me release it, Big Big. You remember?
I know.
Release it. He said, "Dad, don't you put it out there." So when it comes out, it's a short segment, and it's going to talk about all the stuff about what we do here on the Family Tree. It's going to do a little bit of story about our family, but it's a great piece, and I can only be proud, like I said. So look forward to that. That's going to be probably in the next week. All right. So Big B, tell everybody how they can be a part of the Family Tree, and if you got anything out of this, y'all, please help us continue to support this. Big B over there is putting things out on social media. He's doing editing. So Big B, how can they actually support us with this process by helping the Family Tree? Let them know.
But as always, guys, if you want to copy of tonight's chat, you got to do what? You got to send me an email. You send that email to where? mechavideo@gmail.com. Again, mechavideo@gmail.com. And to continue to support the family tree, use my what? Use my Cash App. That's $BILMORGAN. That's $BILMORGAN. If you go through your bank, that ID number is mechavideo@comcast.net. Again, mechavideo@comcast.net. Or you can use our P.O. Box over here in Mullica Hill. That's Bill Morgan, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Again, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Bring your friends, bring your enemies, bring your frenemies, bring everybody.
All right.
Tree, buddy.
All right, because
Yo,
I
man,
say
yes, sir.
everybody put your hands together. Did you learn anything tonight,
Yes,
y'all?
Thank you so much.
All right. We had a great time. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for being a part of the family tree, and all for those that are listening for the first time. Hey, cuz, good to see you, cousin.
Come back again.
I said, hey, all right.
Yeah.
All right. I want to thank y'all. Be encouraged. Remember, share this information because you know when you share the information, the blessing comes back to you even more. How about that?
Tenfold, buddy.
So, God bless y'all. And we say, first of all, we got to give a shout out for the folks that make it happen. Prophetess over there. Let's get AKA Prophetess over there. Fingers. Smoking over there. You got to get the smoke out there. She's moving so fast, you gotta get the smoke out the way to see.
I know.
And Big B, Bill 1L Morgan, let's give him a hand.
Yeah.
Big B.
In the house.
All right, thank y'all so much. We want to say thank y'all also for everybody that showed up because we are a better program when you show up. How about that?
That's right.
So, if you learned anything, God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you're breathing, you got a shot. All right. Put your hands together. Hey.
Good night.
Hey.
Good night, everyone.
All right.
Let Marcy get you if you don't.
Oh yeah, let me say Marcy. Thanks to Marcy, she's back from Africa, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcy, you didn't tell us what happened, Marcy. How did it work?
I just want to say one thing. One thing.
Okay.
I came back to ask that I have jet lag. I said no. I had Dr. Paul's green drink, and I came home and did a gig. I have not had no jet lag.
See that?
Wow.
We mess with
There you
her.
go. See that?
like
You
a
didn't
new
even have no.
commercial.
She came back and was
With a
working,
suit.
Big B.
Green drink. Dr.
Green drink.
Yeah,
Green
man.
drink. There. Jet
Yo,
lag.
let me tell you.
Karen.
Yes,
what's
the
up,
green
that's what's
drink.
up.
It makes a difference, y'all.
Yeah,
So,
brother. Yes,
so
sir.
Marcy,
Yes.
we're glad to see you. You're back in, you're gigging. So keep up the good work, all right? All right, let me, come on, tap. Come on, tap. Because this is what we do. We call this an energy bath. We call this an energy bath. And what you do with the energy bath, you're tapping. You're moving that lymphatic system. Tap. This is how y'all get the good skin, y'all. Get that skin moving. Woo, they say, woo, got that glow. Come on down to here, tap. Right under here, the collarbone, tap. K27, that's the pressure point right there for your kidneys. Yup, tap. Then go on the left and the right side. What's on your left side?
Everything that's not all
Y'all
right.
better not say fat either. Y'all better not say fat. All right. Left side is what? Pancreas. And what else? Spleen. Yup. All right. On the right side, what's
And
on the
your
right
kidneys.
side?
Your pancreas, your bladder.
Marseille, Trey.
Gallbladder and your
Trey
kidneys.
says, hey, Marseille.
Gallbladder and the liver, right? All right, I got it. All right, take your hands like this, ball up in the fist. I want you to put it right on your back like this, and then rub up and down like that. That's your kidneys. Heat them
On
up.
both sides.
Yeah, there you go. So when your back is hurting, you haven't had a whole lot of water, you want to get that moving, drink some water, and start to do this. That gets them kidneys ready. There you go. And breathe. Good. right, now tap it out. Come on. Tap it out. Little qigong. On the top. Flip it over on the inside. Good. Y'all looking good. Come on, the other side. You did one side, you gotta do the other side. Got it? Flip it on the inside. Good. All right. All right, last thing. Breathe in.
Oh, yes.
Breathe out. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good intentions, right? Good intentions. Good in.
That's it, buddy. Yes, sir, buddy.
Breathe out. Good. In. Breathe out. Blow it out. Now shake it out. Everybody shake it out. Come on, shake the shoulders. Get the shoulders moving. Good. Gotta move the shoulders. You should be doing this every day. Get that lymphatic system moving. If you don't move it, you
lose it.
All right, go get it moving. All right, good. Throw the head back and forth with the head. Good. Up and down. Good. Rotate it in a circle. In a circle. Go twice one way. Stop. Go back the other way twice.
All right.
Good. All right, now let's clap it up. Clap. Come on. You get that energy going. You gotta clap it up first. Clap it up. Come on. Back.
All right. Yep.
Come on, get that energy going. Yeah.
All right.
There you go. Now, when you finish clapping, I want you to start to rub. Clap and 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 rub. Clap. Now, this is called an energy bath, cuz what you do is don't touch yourself. Just move it over your body like that. Woo! You can feel something.
Good night, Linda B.
Bring all that energy. Yes. You can bring that energy, put that over your knees, put that over your shoulders, over your joints, your ligaments. Guess what? You start to remove that pain out of there. Got it? Clap.
Yep.
This is the art of healing hands, right? Get your hands. You know you all the healers. Y'all know that? Yes.
I know that, right, buddy.
With good hands and healing. Right, Kamara?
Yes, indeed.
Yes, that's right. Right, Haraya? Yep.
Yes,
that's right. All right, clap. One more time. Clap. All right, Joan, I see you. Clap. I see you, Lydia. I see you, Sheila. All right, I see you. I see you, Rita.
Yeah, buddy.
Clap and stop. And move the top one. Keep the bottom one still. Now you can go like that. Do you feel some energy in there? Woo. That's your energy. Take that. Bless it over the top of yourself. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, thanks for turning into the family tree.
See ya on the weekend.
Have a great one.
Come on.
See ya on the green hour.
Mullen works.
There you go. Yeah.
3 to 4 p.m.
Moving.
Yeah, y'all. Go ahead now. Y'all dancing now. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Come on, y'all. Come on, dance. Go ahead, Marcy. Go ahead, Marcy. Go, Marcy. Go hug yourself. Go hug yourself. Go hug yourself. Go hug yourself. Go hug yourself.
Get it, Joe.
Go, Marcy. Go, Marcy. Go hug yourself. Go hug yourself. Hug yourself.
All right, read that shit.
Hug yourself. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here.
Woo.
right, buddy. See you later.
All right, we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all
next week. God willing, and the creek don't rise.
Yes. God bless y'all. We'll see y'all. Big B, we'll see him on the weekend, right?
You got it, buddy.
On what? What station are we on, bud?
WRD Radio, guys. 96.1 FM, 900 AM. WRD Radio, Black Talk Media, right here in Philadelphia. 3 to 4 p.m. Sunday.
All right.
Throughout the region, throughout the nation.
All right. And we're going to count it on down. Count it on down. Count it on down. 10.
All right.
9.
Yep.
8.
Yep.
7. 6. 5. 4.
Yep.
3.
Yep.
2.
Yep.
And 1. God bless y'all. We'll see you next week on the Family Tree.
God bless.
God bless.
Yes, sir.
Share the information, y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Share
Come
it
on.
with your friends, your enemies, your frenemies, your everybody.
Have a blessed week,
All right.
everybody.
Blessed week, y'all.
Wonderful.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.